Podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the voice of the people. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
ThaBoxingVoice.com.
You need that fear.
All I'm trying to do is make a stand for something that I truly believe is right. I truly believe is right. I don't want to be like you. Come on, man. I'm the face of boxing. I'm the cash cow. I hold the record for pay-per-view.
My drop, I know my situation. I want to fight. That's
UFC production.
But it's going to be very difficult for both of us.
ThaBoxingVoice.com.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of the Boxing Voice Radio. I am your host, Nestor Gibbs. Find me on Instagram and Twitter at NestGTO. Now, we have plenty of topics to talk about. We are going to be talking Floyd Mayweather. There is an alleged $1 billion offer running around. Something about 4 fights. We'll give you all the details on good old Money May coming back to the combat sports or sports combat fighting. I don't know. He's coming back, but it won't be boxing. If anything, the reports are him having this lucrative $1 billion deal, potentially with the UFC, and him doing some sort of MMA. I don't know what that means, but he is the biggest name in our sport, so we have to cover it. But Floyd and MMA and the Octagon, a possible McGregor rematch. Oh my God. I know. And more fights that no one is, signing up for. Terence Crawford, Jeff Horn, a lot of information, a lot of rumors on this one. It seems to almost be finalized. An alleged $5 million offer or $5 million ransom is what Jeff Horn allegedly wanted, according to multiple sources. We'll bring you the details on that. It looks like we're going to be bringing you a lot of details and solidifying a lot of news. Triple G and Canelo. Good old Cinnamon has given Golden Boy the nod to go ahead and finalize that deal with, Gennady Golovkin for Cinco de Mayo instead of September. So it looks like we have a rematch on our hands, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if that's something you're interested in, but it's definitely going to be something that many people are going to be tuned in for. And we got to talk about Vasyl Lomachenko, the Matrix, and the fact that obviously Mikey Garcia has come out in the media saying that Bob Arum won't give him that Vasyl Lomachenko fight. So we'll be talking about that. We have a little bit of Luis Collazo in the news, Danny Garcia, Brandon Rios to talk about, just tons of headlines. Even Dillian White may make the show. I don't know. We'll let you know. I got to head on out to the Golden State. I'm going to bring in my co-host, Matt the Hipster Hunter. I want you guys to get ahead and give him a warm welcome as we get this thing started.
Gennady Golovkin production.
This is a beautiful performance against a very tough guy in Michael Johnson. How do you feel about it? Fuck that. Conor McGregor.
ThaBoxingVoice.com.
You know me, Larry. From a wicked entrance, from a flip over the rope into a knockout. When the main thing is, I just want the guy. I wish.
ThaBoxingVoice.com.
Yes, the hipsters here. Haters beware. And I know there's some haters right now. It's like, oh, hey, TBV, how can you be talking about Mayweather UFC? Frampton Donaire has been made. Dylan White, Lucas Brown, Joseph Parker, Anthony Joshua are in deep in negotiations. I know. It's okay, everyone. There's another topic at the very bottom that says headlines today. And that's where we can discuss a myriad of things. And you know how we get on TBV. We often go in tangents. So don't worry. If your favorite hipster or hardcore topic is not in one of these 4 main topics, we can still discuss it. It's okay. We're going to get to it. But Floyd Mayweather potentially being offered a deal from WME/ING/the UFC. Very interesting news. I know some people are downplaying it and scoffing at it. And usually I am one to always scoff at boxing versus MMA discussions. But there is a narrative here that I think is important to at play, and it's important for us to be mindful of. I can't wait to delve into that. Obviously, Terence Crawford versus Jeff Horn is a great topic and a great fight. Even though Ness is downplaying that fight, I think it's a fantastic introduction to the welterweight division for Terence Crawford. Canelo Triple G, now with Billy Joe Saunders looking like, let's be honest, a complete A-level fighter, we knew that this rematch was going to happen in May. And now with Canelo greenlighting the rematch negotiations, I think we're going to have it pretty much confirmed in the next week or two. And Mikey Garcia calling out Bob Arum and Vasyl Lomachenko. Interesting. I know a lot of people have been upset at Lomachenko for not mentioning Mikey Garcia's name. And this is going to be the topic that you guys are especially going to love and probably want to hit that like button for. And it should be a fun show. Can we chop it up?
Yeah, man. No fights this weekend, but plenty of news to talk about. I mean, I'm sure Matt can find you something to watch out there, but you definitely should be tuned into a Standing 8 Count podcast on patreon.com/ThaBoxingVoice to get all those hipster topics and those, foreign fights from other countries and things like that you can't normally get on regular television. Matt will keep you up to date on that on our Patreon page. But let's head on over back to the Garden State, to the home of the amateur, Mr. Doomsday.
I'm the best ever. I'm the most brutal and most vicious and most ruthless champion there's ever been. There's no one can stop me. Lynch is a conqueror. No, I'm Alexander. He's no Alexander. I'm the best ever. There's never been anybody like me. I'm Sonny Liston. I'm Jack Dempsey. There's no one like me. I'm from Nairclaw. There's no one that can match me. My style is impetuous. My defense is impregnable. And I'm just ferocious. I want your heart. Get up!
Yeah, man. It's Alex Doomsday Lainez, and I'm here with the squad, and we're going to talk about these rumors right now about Floyd coming back. When I first got a whiff for this, guys, I didn't believe it. You know what I mean? But then, things started popping up in the actual news articles and these major, media outlets, and damn, maybe it is, maybe they're marinating, maybe it's a lie. We don't know. We'll get into it, and we always know that when Mayweather does come back, it's big. So. Can't wait to talk about that. The Matrix. It looks like Lomo after this Rigo match got a lot of attention immediately. Not that he wasn't on a hype train, so to speak, but you got him calling out Tank, and now you got Mikey calling out Lomo. So for Lomo, it's looking like he's gonna get a good fight. And I know we're all souped up that Cinco de Mayo is lined up, sealed and tight, right?
Not sealed and tight. Not
sealed and tight yet. No. But 85% there, 90%. Where we at?
I mean, we're probably very close there. I would say 75% there.
All right. I can deal with that. I'm gonna put the other 25% on faith. It's gonna happen. I'm excited because closing out the year, we're talking about a lot about what's gonna happen in 2018. So it's gonna be an exciting year, 2018, for us fans and the boxing world. And kudos to my man Nestor. The Matrix little thumbnail you put up. It's so funny, man. It's so funny. Is Tank ready to enter the Matrix? We'll get into that. See what the fans got to say.
Let's jump right into it. I mean, first topic at hand: Floyd Mayweather, UFC, $1 billion deal. I mean, before we report all the facts, Matt, what's your thoughts on this? I mean,
well, I think there's one thing to get
the first you hear of it anyway.
There's one thing to get clear here, that this may not be about a deal to fight in MMA. And I know that may be like a kind of like a surprise to some people that are only in the boxing world, but the UFC and WME and Zuffa have been trying to get boxing licenses and promoter licenses and such. So behind the scenes, they've been working to try to get boxing fights organized under their banner. So if I'm the UFC, if I'm a $1 billion company, which they're a $4 billion company as a result of their buyout last year, they probably think, hey, let's get the biggest boxer to go with the biggest fighting brand right now. And that's Mayweather. Regardless of his age, regardless of wherever he's at in his career, that's still the biggest name in the sport. So I'm totally convinced they 100% offered him a deal for boxing.
Let me interject real quick, Matt, since we all know that you definitely have your ear to the ground when it comes to MMA. You know what's going on. You know the fighters. And does UFC really need, Floyd Mayweather? I mean, It's not that they don't. Do they need him? You're talking about that much money. Of course you want him, but like, is the UFC like? Do they really have to do this? Do they really need Floyd if Floyd starts playing hardball on negotiations?
Well, I'll put it this way. If you're trying to make a splash in boxing, they've probably looked at what like Rock Nation has done and got sort of B-level stars in terms of an Andre Ward Miguel Cotto. And they're probably looking at, let's get an A-level star. And there's really an absence of A-level stars right now that are on probably the free market. One of them is Mayweather because he's sort of his own boss. And I believe his Showtime deal is up. So I could be wrong on that. I may have to fact check that, and I will in the break. But I think 100% they offered him a deal for boxing because the UFC wants to make a deal in boxing because it's been a boom year.
Oh, 100%, huh, Matt?
Well, 100% of an assumption.
I thought it was 70. No, just kidding.
100% they offered him a deal. Well, listen, I hate to be the guy, the bearer of bad news, or for some boxing fans, the bearer of great news. And I quote, that's not what I said. Exactly what I said is this. If I made over $1 billion before, I could do it again. If I choose to get in the UFC and fight 3 fights or 4 fights and then fight Conor McGregor, I could make $1 billion, which I can. We just don't know what the future holds for Floyd Mayweather. I'm just saying I could. I'm not doing it, but I'm saying what I could do to make $1 billion quick. I never said I was going to fight in the UFC. Would and could do is 2 different things. I'm not going to do it, though. Stated Mr. Floyd Mayweather Jr. Matt, Alex, thoughts on the news? Obviously, I thought you guys did your research. I don't know. Unless Matt, you're
I read.
I'm aware of that.
Hold on. I'm aware. Well, fine. Step all over my joke. Matt, you did a good job acting. Thanks. Everybody ruined that. I could have said that first without you guys stepping on it, but whatever.
Joke off? We can let you go. You want to joke off? Are you good? Okay. I think that's just Floyd talking. I think that there's been a call. Not that there's been negotiations, but there was a call that was placed. Absolutely.
Talk, maybe a small talk.
You don't think there was feelers sent out to say, hey, what's your situation like with Showtime right now, Floyd?
Well, you know what it is, Matt? We can't really take Floyd for his word because he said he wouldn't come back, and he came back. So he can't really get mad at us for the media or anybody, you know.
But he's never said I'm not coming back because I promised it to my kids. This time he told his kids he wasn't coming back.
That's what I'm saying.
And his kids had a montage in the, all access, like, nah, we don't want our dad to fight no more.
True that. At the end of the day, though, it's like he's done it before and he's a smart guy. You know what I mean? He has a good team around him. They're all very smart. They know how to promote a fight. They know how to marinate a fight. They know how to build a fight.
Look at the plan. Of course it's smart. You think he's saying this shit for nothing? He knows that there's going to be guys like us talking about it, and the word's going to get back to Dana White and the true UFC, and the true UFC is going to say, shit, do we offer this guy $250 million per fight?
But let's talk.
Could we sell? Matt, this is your world now. Step up to the plate. How many tickets could the UFC sell? And not even tickets. How beneficial would it be to the UFC to offer Mayweather a 4-fight deal at $250,000 per fight?
Would not be beneficial.
Yeah, and let's get.
That's probably why when Floyd said, if it was this, I would have said yes.
Come on, let's bring it back to the people, guys.
They didn't offer him $1 billion deal. They probably called him and said, hey, what are you interested in?
Let's bring it back to the people, right? Before, I don't mean to interrupt, man. We got to talk about what's going. Do the fans want to see this? Do the fans want to see Floyd with MMA gloves boxing in an octagon ring? Like, what's really?
It may not be that.
I mean, he might be nasty, yo. I mean, there's some mediocre boxers in MMA. And look, he's got to worry about, obviously, the fucking shoot or whatever they call when some weirdo wants to jump at your legs.
Ground game.
But, I mean, his timing is still impeccable, especially to those, and, don't take any offense, but to those Neanderthals over there, he's going to be fucking uppercutting dudes that's diving head first left and right. But he could also easily get knocked out by a fucking flying knee or some dumb shit that he's not used to. But look, I'm done on that. We can get final thoughts when it's time, but I'm ready to go to the next real topic.
Of course, because this isn't going to happen, period.
Well, he shot it down, so that's what we're reporting. We're reporting on all this hoopla, ESPN, and everybody else. Floyd told Fight Hype, hell no.
Agreed.
All right, so speaking of hell no, we still going to get it, even though we don't want it. Horn and Crawford. I'm hoping that this one ends up being a good fight, right? Like maybe Crawford can make it a good fight in the fashion of just strictly outclassing Horn, or Horn could actually bring something to the ring and make it a good fight. Outside of that, I guess it's time to report that I spoke to Bob Arum when all the rumors were emerging of Jeff Horn allegedly wanting $5 million to fight Terence Crawford. And the interview was out on the boxingvoice.com/videos as well on our YouTube channel. You can hear Bob saying that it's definitely not $5 million, and they have already agreed on the finances, and both sides are happy. Matt and Alex, this fight's happening. How happy?
I'm gonna say, I mean, what am I happy? I mean, it's gonna be a good fight because I said it before. You know, when you got a guy like Jeff Horn, he's gonna be coming in, trying to look for a fight, make it a fight, but I don't know if he's ready for Crawford, and maybe they fed him up too fast, so it might not be something that we're going to enjoy watching. It's going to be like another domination. You know, in my opinion, that's how I feel. But nonetheless, you know, it's still good. I guess it's still going to be a fight that I like to watch. It's going to be a title on the line.
What about the $5 million? I mean, those were rumors a few days ago. Now we know by talking to Bob, but I don't think Jeff Horn was wrong to ask for $5 if that were true. If he really wanted $5, I mean,
I think
I can mention a couple of people that got $5 million easy for big fights.
I don't think this fight deserves $5 million though. Not if it was in Vegas. I don't see that. If they're able to because him in Australia, then yeah, I can see the money potentially being there. But no, I don't see it being a $5 million pot for Jeff Horn, because then you have to give Terence Crawford $3 million?
Yeah, but that's my thing, Matt. If you're gonna take me out of my comfort zone, if you're gonna take me out of where I'm economically powerful,
no, you misunderstand my point. I'm not disagreeing with the point that Jeff Horn deserved to ask for that, because he did. Because you're right. Because he's a championship fighter that's moving from his home country that obviously is a market for him. No, I 100% agree with that. I'm just saying the economics of the fight do not equal a $5 million purse for Jeff Horn. It just doesn't equal that, because then we're talking about potentially a $10 million pot.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, if you're Jeff Horn, maybe he should have stood firm on this. And if the economics aren't there, well, then that's Bob Arum's fault.
Well, we don't know what he's getting. I mean, if he's getting, let's say, 3.5.
Well, I mean, you can hear the words out of Bob Arum's mouth. He said it's nowhere near that. And he laughed and he said, remember, any reports coming out of there, it's Australian dollars.
Well, do the conversion. Does it still equate to maybe a 3.5? I don't know.
It could be close to that.
No, it's 70 cents for every dollar, something like that. So, they're already at a loss.
Yeah. Well, when you
$3.8 million, it'd be like $3.8 million.
Listen, when you're talking about millions, I'm assuming that if you say not even close to that, a million's not even close to that. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of money. So, what is he getting? Is he getting the $2 million?
I don't know. Listen, I'm going to just put this out there for you guys to sum it up. Charles Martin was the IBF champion. He fought Anthony Joshua and we're going to all use all rumors, for a rumored 5.6. Timothy Bradley, after beating Casamayor and leaving Gary Shaw and signing to Top Rank, he got 1.2 to beat Casamayor on HBO. Then he got $5 million to fight Pacquiao. Victor Ortiz got $2.5 million to face Mayweather. Robert Guerrero, $2.5 million to face Mayweather.
Look at the guys you're mentioning, though. I mean, no discredit to Terence Crawford and his ability and his skill, but Mayweather, Joshua, you were mentioning names here. Crawford isn't even close to those. The star power.
Andre Ward got $6.5 million to beat up Sergey Kovalev.
And we know that the Rock Nation deal for that was probably overpriced.
Okay.
Because
Gennady Golovkin got what 1.75 to beat up David Lemieux, or he got 2 million.
I think he got like 1.75 or 2, something like that.
Yeah, but Triple G, Triple G.
That was 150,000 pay-per-view buys. The UFC has struggled to do that sometimes this year.
Yeah,
to me, saying 5 million, no matter what, 5 million is ridiculous.
I'm not saying 5 million is ridiculous.
Do you feel
on ESPN? It is ridiculous.
Do you feel like Jeff Horn
you're gonna give
stock is worth 5 million?
It's not that I feel his stock is worth 5 million, Alex, but you just gave fucking Lomachenko 1.2 to face a dude 2 divisions underneath. You're gonna tell me I'm a champion, I gotta face the most fearful man in the world for
I'll be honest with you though, but look, I'm not saying that it's a
Terence Crawford's a bad man. Everybody knows it. Everybody's waiting to see what real welterweight he's gonna fight. Jeff Horn can make a name for himself here, but we all are waiting to see what's past this.
But when you say we are seeing and everybody sees Crawford as this, that's a very small everybody compared to like everybody saw Mayweather. You get what I'm saying? Like everyone was like on Joshua's like hype train. Like these things are just massively different in terms of economic situations, in terms of economic logistics for these fights.
It's sad, man, because
what's funny, Matt. I'm gonna go all the way off topic here, Doomy. I wonder if your mic sounds better because you have a new mic arm now. Because I haven't even heard the
right. I was wondering that, and thank you for gassing me up.
Yeah. Don't gas him up.
No, dope. Yo, I wish that my shit could show the Healy.
Listen to me. He was talking off air like, "Hey, Doomy, like my new mic stand." I'm like, yeah. I'm like,
Stan. I'm waiting for the rest of the stuff to come so he can.
I'm like, yeah. Yours says heel. Mine says made in China.
Maybe because your neutrality hasn't kicked in yet. Maybe we're good right now.
Yo, fucking Doomy still ain't get that blue cable, huh?
Oh man, guys, I just came from the gym.
I'll start you out. You have some magnificent Wi-Fi. I've been listen. There's been multiple people on this show. Never that many people. No one this strong of a Wi-Fi. Like you don't ever like your voice doesn't ever cut out. It's just your pixelation. What's up?
Chris Camillo in the super chat giving $50. Wow. Just thank you for that. Saying all the bad man, and you use bad in quotes, are undervalued and ducked. Merry Christmas, fellas. I may take the occasional jab in the comment section. Your hard work is def recognized and much appreciated. Thank you, Chris. Happy holidays and have a happy new year.
Chris, shout out to you, man. Thank you so much. Look, since he said that's Christmas, that's $50. Let's see, Doomsday. That's 50. Let's see if we could get Doomsday's electro voice here on the Christmas donations.
Electro voice.
Did I say it wrong? No, it is.
No.
It's electro voice, these mics. Wait till Matt's come. This sounds sensational. I love it. But anyway, where were we? We were on Jeff Horn.
Crawford. And hey, look, what I had to say about Crawford is the shame is a little sad to me that a fighter that's as good as Crawford is not getting that hype train, that attention, that those people. I mean, I know there's Crawford fans out there, but I'm not, like you guys mentioned, AJ, excuse me, when he won, people are, there's a lot of hype behind him, a lot of media, and even with this Jeff Horn kid, I mean, honestly speaking, like before he fought, before the Pacquiao fight, I really didn't know like who he was. You know what I'm saying? And
no one knew who he was. Only Matt found some fight versus him, and guess who?
Who?
Randall Bailey. I know you don't even know him.
Yeah, probably not familiar. You said Randall Bailey, and look, like I said, you know what I'm saying?
No, let me tell you before you say
anything, it was so true.
Let me tell you before you say anything, remotely offensive.
Not at all.
Randall Bailey at one point was considered a very dangerous welterweight. I mean, he had a magnificent knockout ratio. I mean, at the point that he was probably at the highlight of his career, he was like 40 and something with mega knockouts. That's all. I mean, he knocked out a prospect that I was watching. I mean, what would have Mike Jones been if he didn't confront Jesus Soto Karass in them 2 fights and Randall Bailey? But think about it, right? Like, I mean, he couldn't get past those guys. So what would he really have been? But just to give you his statistics, I mean, a 6'2" welterweight, bro. Like, maybe had they not put him so tough, and being honest, Karass wasn't considered tough at the time Mike Jones fought him, and neither was Randall Bailey. But Jesus, I mean, his statistics like this, if he would have just made it, and all he had to do was win that Randall Bailey fight. He had the Pacquiao fight. I remember it like yesterday. And Randall Bailey came from behind with an uppercut, bro. Put lights out on old boy.
Well, yeah, no, there's a lot of fighters, I guess, that they fall into the shadows. The name is not known, but there's a lot of great fighters out there that don't make it to the limelight. And that's my thing with Crawford. You're the guy. Why aren't we talking about, yo, man, I can't wait to see Crawford, beat this guy up. You know what I mean? Because Crawford's a more established, fighter in the media and stuff like that. He's an undisputed champ. He has all these accolades, and I don't see all that media attention like I'm seeing these other guys get.
Well, you know why? It's funny that you even bring that up. I wonder what article I was reading. I would love to fucking at least, if not truly source it for the purposes of the narrative in the article. Maybe Matt, you read it. But basically they were summing it up as to why this fight with Crawford and Horn is too soon. And well, actually now I know where I was. I was definitely an Australian article, to be honest. They were smearing Crawford, but they were at least being partially honest, right? Like, they spoke of Crawford's interview style and the lack of personality. They spoke of the lack of popularity and the lack of ticket sales. Now, I didn't necessarily understand the lack of ticket sales because we all know he sells in Nebraska, but maybe, the Duco events guys are taking shots that it's a local thing. Can you take shots at him being able to sell at home?
I mean, they could hit his Barclay. I don't know what his Barclays or MSG numbers are, but they probably aren't sellouts, I would say. So maybe that's what it's about.
I don't know that Terence fought in Barclay. I'm pretty sure maybe the MSG, but I don't know about
Felix Diaz in New York. I just don't know which venue it was. I know it was New York, though.
Yeah,
I believe he fought Victor Postal in New York as well. I could be wrong about that.
I'm sure Top Rank has relationships with Madison Square, but I don't think they've opened those gates with the Barclay, which would be good,
And piggybacking off that point, I do think that, and again, Terence Crawford is one of my top 10 favorite boxers of all time. I'll admit that fully, but I have to also admit that his interviews
all time.
Yeah, I love watching Terence Crawford fights. I can watch Terence Crawford fights all day long. But
I can second that. The kid's great. You know what I mean? He knows how to fight.
I avoid his interviews.
Remember another guy used to call himself Young Master? That's what Terence needs to call himself.
I avoid his interviews like the plague.
Yeah, no, he's tough, man. He's tough.
There's really nothing you get out of it. It's the same stuff over and over again. You can barely Terence Crawford, I love you. I love your fights. You're one of the best boxers today.
We'd love to talk to you more. You know what
I mean, you may have a worse personality than Andre Ward.
Yeah, you're like, yo, so what do you think about a fight with you and Errol Spence? Man, you'll see.
You see.
You know what it is, man? I think he's cool as hell. His personality's probably great. I think it's like a barrier for the mistrust probably he might have with the journalism and the cameras. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not all sweet, in this world, and sometimes information's can be conflicting, offensive, and I get him. You know what I'm saying? I get him, but hey, man, we just want to get to know the champ more. And we want the fans to know you more. You know what I mean? It's not nothing out of this world, champ.
No, Floyd said it best, man. Other fighters are legends. He's legendary, man. You got to know how to carry the torch, man. You can't. Everybody ain't got it. Thurman, he got it.
Maybe.
Got it. No. Listen, it's more than just fighting skills. The way that you speak.
No.
Even Errol got it. But he also got some Crawford in him. He could go.
I'll put it this way. The difference in industry push is very different for those two guys. Thurman has it way more natural than Errol Spence, but Spence is pushed more than Thurman.
Oh yeah, he's pushed more. But we've seen it happen with Erickson Lubin and Jamel Charlo. You heard Charlo tell you himself that he felt like, what the fuck is going on? They pushing this young kid. Okay, I'm gonna show them, and it's gonna be the same way when it come down to Errol and Thurman. I know your mind is made up. I know that.
Your mind?
Yes, you.
On who's gonna win that fight?
Smirky face.
Who do you think I'm picking in Errol Spence versus Thurman?
Too early right now.
No. Because I do have my mind made up, but I you think I'm picking.
I know who you're picking, and I know that you do.
Huh. Okay.
You know, and that's okay because I know who I'm picking internally as well. You know,
aren't we picking the same person?
I don't think that you're riding with my guy. You sound like you're a southpaw guy.
Good one.
Another shout out to Chris, man. We've never gotten a super chat that big. That's official. Thank you for even for the gesture, and obviously for labeling it as a Christmas present, which is great because it is the Christmas spirit. Damn, it's only 3 days away, man. You know, us Latinos, we do Christmas like midnight, New Year's Eve. I mean, excuse me, Christmas.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, you do it like
my baby mama says that, you know, because she's Puerto Rican.
Yeah,
we got those Dias de los Magos all the way.
Dias de los Madres?
De los Magos, January 5th. The 3 wise men. Look
at Larry. If it's Spence, then you're picking right. We shall see.
I'm not picking Spence.
We shall see. All right. So we got quick report, right? Because there's nothing to talk about with this Canelo Triple G. So Canelo greenlit, you know, the fact that the fight is gonna happen. He told De La Hoya, yeah, go ahead, make it happen. So I don't know, Cinco de Mayo. That's interesting. That changes things a little bit.
Appreciation party?
Not. I wasn't thinking about that, but I mean, it changes things because it's like, oh wow, now what's next for the winner in September? Like, obviously, if it's Triple G, you get a rematch, but if it's Canelo, I think they're moving on unless it's that good of a fight, right? Because I mean, damn, are they gonna get lucky where they had to draw the first one? Then what's the outcome that could lead them to a third fight?
Maybe like a Joshua Klitschko sort of fight where it's a back and forth, but there is a emphatic finish on Canelo's side, and Canelo then feels very confident to go into it, and it's still in a very exciting fight where people think that Triple G could still win. Maybe that would maybe be the only reason with Canelo winning, because like you said, if Triple G wins, then yes, automatic rematch in September. If Triple G outright wins, then Canelo's rematching him. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's not. I don't believe any rematches are gonna go on if Canelo beats him. Sort of like the Floyd thing, you know what I mean? He fought Maidana once, twice to seal the deal. Get out of here.
Yeah, he's good.
That's what's gonna happen, in my opinion. You know, but you know, these guys now know each other. You know, these guys now know each other, so it's gonna be an interesting fight to see what kind of game plan they come up now that they felt each other out in competition in the ring. Yeah, Maddie, sorry about the smacking of the lips. It's really like, you know, the nose, you know, still got these allergies.
You still got these allergies, B?
Yeah, man. I don't know what the hell it is.
Weak immune system face.
That's what it is.
Yo, you know what this is right now, Ness? This is his, like, putting out the excuse beforehand why he's going to miss weight. Yo,
no, he missed weight, bro. He says he's coming. He says he's coming to the chef.
Oh.
The chef and shit.
I cook vegan.
Yo, you know what it says? I've seen Doomy run every morning and every night on IG, and he still hasn't lost the weight.
Fake runs, bro. They last 15 seconds. You know, IG videos are.
That one time in Florida, we saw him like on IG just take a video, like running in place.
You're lying.
You hear this guy running in place.
Watching in place.
He ain't even.
Never.
He ain't even give me the he ran a block at least. You know what I mean?
I remember me and Matt was on the balcony just like, yo, look at this guy. He's still there. 20 minutes later, you're still on your phone warming up. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? When's he going for?
You're just looking at his phone.
Hey, you got to warm up.
No, but he did the occasional shakeout. You know he did the occasional shakeout.
Yeah, crazy, bro. Y'all was looking at me too, man. Y'all see, you guys are making fun, but I went for that run. I think it was like 6 miles. And you guys can laugh all you want, but everything is tracked.
You came back 5 minutes later after we saw you there for 20 minutes.
Bro, my run, I have 63,000 calories burned, 478 miles ran, bro.
You know you got that burner phone that you strapped on a little dog or something.
Hey, Ness, remember the first time we saw Matt run?
Yeah.
Yeah, Matt ran half a block, lit a bogey up, and said, "Hey, I'll see you when you get back."
Yo, Matt My Run Police came and was like, yo, you must delete that app right now.
Yeah,
We're not allowing you to be a user.
I wasn't.
Yeah, he matrixed the fucking
You know what?
like our next topic.
Do me. I'm making weight. You ain't. Oh.
Hey, speaking of the Matrix, let's get there. Mikey Garcia saying Bob Arum is Mikey Garcia did a Vasyl Lomachenko. He's saying Bob Arum's hiding Vasyl, and Vasyl's saying Floyd's hiding Gravanta. Floyd's telling Vasyl move up and fight Mikey. I mean, what's going on? Because we've heard Lomachenko say Mikey's too big for him, right? Didn't we hear him say that in the past?
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Didn't Lomachenko say something like this? And I'm paraphrasing. Me fighting Rigondeaux is like me fighting Mikey, like meaning he was too big.
I thought he said Crawford, not Mikey.
Oh,
I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about, but I forget who he said. I thought he was saying Crawford. I could be wrong about that.
Matt, let me ask you, do you feel like Elvis or something? Because every time you talk now, you're like caressing the mic. Like you feel like
you notice that?
Yeah, he's got his hand on it like he's in the booth and shit. Every time I step in the booth, I spit the truth.
Don't worry about it, fam. Don't worry about it.
No, he's like, why you all holding it though? Like I feel like you easy.
It's my brand new toy, man. Just relax, man.
Like in whatever that movie was, Compton.
He's like, it's so smooth.
We all go to an adult store for Christmas time. Like they're like work toys and shit, and like they're like kid toys back in the day. So like, let me have my moment, okay, fam.
I see.
But anyways, back to Mikey Garcia. Digressing. Yo, I think everyone wants this fight next. I think everyone is demanding Lomachenko to fight Mikey Garcia. I think that's the next big fight. Even though we had the show about Gervonta Davis, I would say what it was yesterday or something like that.
Yes.
I think a majority of people are saying like that's not worth it. Like we still know Lomachenko is going to beat Gervonta Davis. Even the haters. I remember there was one caller that said Lomachenko's resume ain't shit, but I still think he dismantles Gervonta Davis, which I thought was just an astounding statement to say and ludicrous. But anyways, I don't think this fight's happening next, but I see that Mikey Garcia understands that this is the next big fight potentially for him. And Mikey Garcia is probably thinking it's easier to fight the smaller man in Loma than fight the bigger man in Crawford. Because if you're Mikey and you're in his boat, you're thinking, one of those two guys is my big fight. Which one is it going to be? And I think he's going to pick Loma. And it's all about, does Loma pick Mikey back? And I think this is all Mikey gearing up the promotional build-up for this fight in the next year to 2 years.
Yeah, I think that fight's not going to happen right now as far as the next matchup for Loma. Not at all. Yeah, I thought it was Mikey that was the bigger guy that seemed bigger. I remember they did we got a clip on the internet where he bumped in, quote unquote, into Mikey Garcia at I think it was some media green screen presser. I don't know if anybody got to see that. And
wait, you got that story wrong. I think it's Mikey ran down on Lomachenko's photo shoot.
Was that what it was? Okay, you might be right. No, it was a while ago.
Wasn't it a radio interview? It
was a radio interview, and they had the green screen in the background, and he kind of it was Mikey. Mikey went to Loma. You're right. He opened the door, and he kind of just walked in, and you could see like you saw Loma's eyes, the way he kind of sized him up. You know what I'm saying? That's what fighters kind of do. You know what I'm saying? He kind of sized him up, and he looked bigger than Loma. He really did.
Well, I mean, look, there's a triangle there. I wanted to kind of do a separate show, and maybe we will, but I still will touch on this now a little bit at least. Floyd, it's a funny thing with this guy, you know what I mean? Like sometimes he's right, sometimes he's not, but because he's so popular, everything he says is like the gospel, or it gets treated as such. And he's Christianed a lot of fighters and told us how good fighters are going to be and that they're stars and that they're the next guy, and it's kind of like what he's doing here, When Thurman was the man And Thurman was his mandatory. It's like, oh, go fight Errol Spence. He should go fight Errol Spence. And now Vasyl is the man, and Vasyl is doing his thing. And it's like, oh, go fight Mikey. Oh, you should go fight Mikey. But when people are like, oh, go fight Triple G, yo, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. I mean, I'm a guy that's never weighed 154, and they want me to fight at 160. You know, but then in the same breath, he'll say, all great fighters move up. Why Vasyl don't move up? All great fighters move up. Vasyl didn't move up? Because I thought he started at 130 or 126 or some bullshit like that. And he's already in his second weight division. So what? It's only moving up according to Floyd's category or weight division? Like you got to move up until Floyd say, nah. Now you at the weight that I want you to stay at, so that I don't criticize you. I mean, I don't understand his way of thinking, and I get it. You know, in one sentence, he's a promoter, and in another, he's this legendary, iconic fighter. And he needs to learn to distinguish the difference between the two, because, you know, he can't just say certain things, because yes, he's got his promoter's hat, but there's little guys, you know, there's young guys that want to be fighters that live up to him and listen to everything he says, and it's just fucked up.
Tennis right now. I mean, we do have like famous athletes like Charles Barkley saying like, "Don't call me a role model." You know, that's been a prevalent idea.
That's irresponsible.
Very quickly.
That's
no.
To say, don't make me a role model. Yeah, because you want to take the fucking day off.
Hold on, let me go. It's okay, Ness. Tennis.
I'm hot.
Yeah, you said that Floyd is either a promoter or a legendary, iconic fighter, right? And he has to distinguish himself between the two. I don't think Floyd has ever really said, hey, I'm the ambassador to the sport. He has never said that. So in my opinion, hold on, that is you and maybe fans putting that on Floyd because he is a legendary, iconic boxer.
Let's just
tennis, because Hulk Hogan, listen, Hulk Hogan, Ric Flair, The Rock, they never asked to be the ambassadors of world wrestling. They just
become it. That's right. That's what I was just ready to.
But we know people that reject that.
Listen, he's definitely one of the biggest, if not the biggest, influencers that's come about. You know, in the last 10 years of boxing, this guy has just paved the way for so many young fighters. You know, you see the blueprint there. A lot of these guys tried to copy it, and I mean, none have really been successful yet, in my opinion, to do exactly what he's done. And yeah, he's an influencer, bro. He's definitely whether he wants to be or not. Whatever he says, people are gonna pay attention to. It is what it is.
I'm not denying that, but again, he has never said, "Hey, I am the ambassador to the sport. I am the voice of the sport." He has never said that. He has always, I don't think money, and I'm gonna make money. That's his mantra.
So let me get this straight. In your opinion, he has to say he's the ambassador in order to like, I don't get it.
I think there's guys that take on and embody that spirit of I am a spokesperson for the sport. And that's in every sport, not just boxing. And I think Floyd has clearly rejected that, in my opinion.
Yeah, but that's what I'm telling you. It's like King Arthur. Like, the sword is yours. You could throw it away all you want. You have to have it. You get it? Like, it's with Mike Tyson. He can't run away from who he is forever. He will ever be Mike, dog.
Yeah, but Mike has definitely accepted more of being a spokesperson for the sport.
All right, but think about where he came from. You know what I mean?
I'm not denying that. But I'm talking about the
older press conferences.
I'm talking about these individual people and their choices. And some choose to embody that legendary, iconic status, and some don't. And that's okay.
Yeah, I mean, look, I could kind of agree with Matt in the sense that I haven't really seen Floyd Mayweather other than really.
No, let's not go down a spiral, because remember, this was just about Floyd trying to fucking push Vasyl up a couple of divisions so he doesn't fight Gervonta.
And also, Ness, I agree that is completely a promoter tactic to avoid the Gervonta Davis talk. I think we can all agree that is Floyd's tactic.
Yeah, but it worked. It worked with the Thurman shit. He eventually didn't have to face Thurman, did bigger things, and everybody's now saying Thurman's ducking Errol when fucking Floyd ducked Thurman.
I agree. I agree on those points. But again, that doesn't take away that probably Loma Mikey is the next big fight for both men.
All right, doesn't matter to me. Luis Collazo. So this is what's going on. First, he wants to have this New York Philly Rican battle in Barclay, and that ain't happening because we'll be reporting a little bit later that Danny and Brandon Rios is official, but that's what I think is the setup. Broner's gonna fight Figueroa, Danny's gonna fight Rios, and we already know Keith and Errol have their destiny and their plan. Well, Keith has a plan, so that leaves Danny to fight Adrian, and there's been rumors of Danny and Adrian, but obviously this fight is in between that. Let's see what happens, but Luis Collazo is the odd man out, and the reason he even made the topic boxes today is because I guess Matt got a bit of a boner when he seen that he's calling out, I don't know, Errol Spence. Like, everybody that calls out Errol Spence gets a show or a mention around these days. But I think that there's a difference in being Luis Collazo and needing and wanting a title shot and being an older fighter, / veteran, whatever you want to call him, contender on the bounce back. I don't know. Give him whatever good, great accolades, former champion that you want. But it's not the same for Danny, Sean, Keith, Terence to say, I want to fight Errol, when it is for Luis to say, hey, I want to fight Errol. Or am I wrong?
Nestor. First off, that's not one of the topic boxes. Secondly, that was a topic that was brought up in the making and production of the pre-production of the show. I think probably news like Frampton Donaire being official takes precedent over that stuff. But Luis Collazo.
Wait a minute. Just because I love being fucking devil's advocate here. So let's just argue a little bit. What's the difference between talking about a Filipino old guy and a Puerto Rican old guy? I don't get it. They're both old.
I'll put this one.
They're both past their prime. They're both in the same place in their career. I'm not done.
But they both look good as of late.
I'm not done.
That's not the point.
I'm not done. They're both old. They both past their prime, but they both have been looking good in their careers on their comebacks. I mean, it's the same.
I agree. But here's the point. Frampton Donaire is an official fight now in Northern Ireland. Luis Collazo just called out someone.
Where?
In Northern Ireland. Belfast. Frampton's, hometown.
I guess.
But again, that's a fight that's official compared to a call out. That's why I say it's bigger news today.
Man, it's gonna be in Ireland. That's gonna do some good numbers, man.
I wonder how. What's the statistics on those guys? I feel like Donaire may be bigger than Frampton.
He is probably in terms of height. Donaire's harder. Like Donaire's a tall dude.
It's just not the same Donaire, man. Like this is 3 years late, man.
Frampton either. I mean, let's be honest.
You're right.
He's still a hard puncher. Remember, Donaire packs a mean punch, and that's the last to go. So, that size. We
also have Jesse Vargas coming on in about 14 minutes, guys. We're gonna be live with Jesse Vargas, who just coming off the Aaron Herrera win, and pretty much has a Keith Thurman fight in the making. But he also called out Errol Spence, so we'll see how that goes. Look for Monster Piece. Oh, she's in the queue, but she's not ready yet. All right, so we're talking Frampton Donaire. I mean, look, I like the fight.
I think it's a great fight.
I love Donaire's style. Who's naturally the bigger man at this point?
It has to be Donaire still.
But not in height. I mean, just like weight.
I still think it's probably Donaire. Because remember, like, Carl Frampton was the guy that came from like 122 pounds.
Yeah, but who's been fighting at this division that they're going to meet at longer?
Maybe Frampton, but I don't know that for sure. Because remember, like, Nonito Donaire has fought like Nicholas Walters, Victor Archinian in this division already. Like, these guys have been in this division for a bit already.
So wait, they're fighting at 22?
26.
26. And he lost to Magdaleno at 26, right? Donaire did?
Yes.
Double check that, you guesser. You're such a guesser. Everything you do is guessing.
That's 22. That's 22.
Guess, man. You use
I know because Jesse Magdaleno
use box rec. Jesse Magdaleno use box rec. All right. So another fight that's official. Mandalay Bay, Las Vegas. This one has me. I'm like, huh? With the dog ears, yeah, all that backspin. I don't get it. Danny sells tickets. I mean, the lowest he's ever done is what, like 8,000 something in Barclay? Like, why do you go to Las Vegas with Brandon Rios, Doomsday?
Why did he go to where?
Why would he go fight Brandon Rios in Las Vegas instead of Barclays Center, where he's been selling tickets already for like a couple of years now?
I really don't know. I mean, you would think that if he's had so much success in the New York market, he'd.
This is the problem right here, Matt, where the PBC detractors say these guys don't have promoters, because this is a promoter flaw, right? Like, what is Danny doing in Vegas? Is it just because he was in a big fight and you gotta stay in that big fight? I guess.
That's not even that, because Thurman.
Perception?
No, because Thurman Garcia was in the Barclays Center, so his big fight was still in New York.
Yeah. So what the hell is going on? Is Brandon Rios?
It has to be a site fee. It has to be the Mandalay Bay in front of a big check. Say, hey, we want this fight here.
Okay. Let's go with that theory, though. Let's go with that theory.
Also,
follow the money.
On the undercard, I believe David Benavidez versus Ronald Gavil 2. The rematch has been scheduled.
So it's a Floyd thing. The Floyd
thing. Exactly. So you have a Floyd connection there. So that may be
hit him with the soundbite.
So Mandalay Bay is probably like, all right, Floyd, we'll give you the venue, but you got to be in the venue.
So I think the Floyd connection, with obviously a TMT fighter on the card and the co-main event, has a huge part to play in it as well.
Now,
but again, I don't think that should trump fucking Danny not fighting the Barclays Center, which is a fucking crime.
It's a crime.
Fucking crime. It would be like, hey, AJ, go fight in like Italy.
I'll tell you this.
No one gives a fuck. Come on.
I'm not going to Las Vegas for this. Would you travel, Matt, for this?
Well, it's different for me because it's a drive. So if you were going out there and shit, like I may go out because like the team would be out there. But if it's just me going out there to hang out,
all right, predated. You don't do nothing but what? You're just a regular boxing fan. Would you drive with?
Oh, hell no, hell fucking no. I'm watching this on TV. Come on. I rarely go to fights in LA when I was a fan.
Wait a minute. So you telling me fucking Danny Rios isn't a fucking fight party?
Dang.
Maybe a fight party, but it's not one I drive to. I mean, it's not one I drive to Vegas for. I thought that was the question.
No, you're right. I said that all wrong, but you said it's a fight party. Oh, that's odd. So,
I didn't say that. I may have a couple friends over.
Rios, you think they do decent numbers? What are you expecting? What's the Mandalay production time? We need some help with this. How many tickets Mandalay Bay has, and then let's start guessing what they make.
How many seats Mandalay?
Yes, Mandalay. Let's see which one of you guys find it faster.
Look that up.
Hey!
14,000.
Everybody, come on. We're gonna find the answer. Where is it at, Matthew? You're slow. Why don't you know? Damn, bro. I'm still rhyming by accident, by the way.
I wasn't looking it up. I thought Doomsday was looking it up.
I am.
Oh, Jesus. For he's a jolly good fellow. Oh, yes. White. We got to talk about White versus. Oh, my God. Listen, you see, this is the thing. Guys are like, oh, Ness, you hate the UK. You hate Brits. No, I don't. I like Brits. But I don't get it. This is some really bad shit talking. Like, look, man, hit me up, DM me, hit me with a text. If you're ever gonna like say some dumb shit like Dylan White said, let me proofread your shit, okay? Let me like give you some advice. I'm gonna go ahead and look for this. Yes, Matthew?
12,000.
12,000 is the arena?
Yes.
Yeah, they got a few floors.
That's a lot, though. That's a lot.
I still didn't get a number, man. I'm all over the website.
I know you didn't. That's why I went and looked it up.
Ooh, shots.
Call you Mr. Smackulate.
Call me Smackity.
Yo, shots being fired. Keep an eye out for Monster, guys. Don't forget.
I have Monster.
All right. So
What were you saying about White?
I'm going with it. This is Dillian White's official Twitter, and he says, "Finally, I get." Well, let me see if I can do it. Finally, nope, can't do it. Give me an accent. Give me a UK accent. See if I can jump on it.
I'm definitely not going to try that.
Come on.
You got to try to talk like the British.
Let the talk try like the British.
That was Irish.
Finally. No, I can't do it. Whatever. He says, finally, I get to smash up the tattooed. Maybe I should have had a soundbite ready for this, right? Yeah.
Go ahead with it. What is it?
All right, let's start that. Take it from the top. All right. Finally, I get to smash up the tattooed penis Lucas Brown.
Oh, man.
Where the fuck do you learn that? Like, what elementary school and grade school and high school you're going to that is cool, let alone thinking that there's tattoos on it? Why would you be imagining that? But anyway, he officially made the announcement that he and Lucas Brown will be fighting on the 24th of March. So March continued. Yo, that first quarter is going to be cray. Like the first quarter of this year is crazy. You got Wilder Ortiz in March. Now you got Dylan in March. You got Danny in February. Now you got Graville and Benavidez in February. You got fucking Easter and somebody. Yes.
Last time I checked, Lucas Brown said on Twitter that the contract was not finalized.
Oh, so he's backing out.
Again, maybe we should go check his Twitter account, or somebody should. Doomsday, the worst producer in the game.
Why are you calling Doomsday a producer? Just give him a man titles. Listen.
You gave me that title. Come on. You just gave me shit. Come on.
Listen. I don't know anything about Lucas Brown and the fight not being finalized. This is all news to me.
I can look up.
As far as I know,
Brown.
White is reporting that it is final. And I mean, let's be honest. The money man is White. His promoter has the TV deal, network deal. He is the one that represents, money, and he is the heavyweight that is being spoken of.
Well, just to interject real quick, I got his Twitter up. Lucas Brown tweeted 11 hours ago, there's a few things to sort out first, like a contract for starters, but I'm looking forward to seeing at Dylan White all tangled up again. # sleeping on the job. And he tweeted an hour later, be careful what you ask for, Dylan White, because I'm going to proper hurt you and enjoy it. Then he has an Instagram link. I don't know where that it really takes you to.
Well, there you go, Doomy. You're getting good at this. Listen, that sounds like a done deal to me, bro. Like, we all know how Eddie moves. You know what I mean? Like, they probably made the contract verbally on the phone. Like, yo, you want the fight? This the amount. Bam, bam, bam. He said,
Nestor Gibbs, Jesse Vargas is on, so we're gonna head over to Monster Piece.
Hi, gentlemen. I have Jesse Vargas on the line. Thank you, Jesse.
Hey, everyone. No problem. It's a pleasure to be on, and thank you for having me.
Jesse, man, thank you so much, obviously, for taking the time out, from your busy schedule to give the boxing fans and the Boxing Voice here an opportunity to interview a former champion, multi-divisional champion, and a man that's being spoken about in the headlines so much. Your name's being linked with not only Keith Thurman, but now Errol Spence. Have you been one of the first men brave enough to actually call out Errol? So we'll jump into that. Why Errol? What have you seen him? I don't know, because he was an Olympian, so maybe you sparred with him in his days that he frequented the Freddie Roach gym, or he was in Vegas or something. What is it about Errol that you think you can decipher at where the world has him pegged as the next great?
Well, first of all, this is boxing, and you, in order to prove that you are the best and show what you're capable of, you have to go up against the top fighters. Top fighters, the fighters that have a large fan base, the fighters that people are believing in. and only beating them is the way that you will prove yourself. And that's just the way I've always been. You know, I've always been up to a challenge, and I've always been up for the biggest fights available to me. And right now, there are several big fights available. Thankfully, you know, I'm with the right management team. I'm with Al Heyman and Guadalupe Valencia, and they're doing a great job and guiding my career. They know that I want the biggest fights. They know that I want the fight against Thurman, and they know that I'm willing to fight everyone. And that if the fight against Errol Spence came, I'd be ready for that one too. You know, the reason why I want the fights are because I'm here to give the fans excitement. I'm here to give the fans entertainment, and the only way to do that is to be in front of a equal talented fighter in front of you. That way you can showcase what you're made of, you know. And I mean, we're all warriors, and I've told Danny, I've told Errol, this is what we love to do, and I told them, you know, we're gonna have a lot of fun in 2018 and 2019 because, you know, it's a challenge, and that's what we are up for, you know. I think that each and every fighter, especially in the welterweight division right now, you know, we're a stacked division, and we're ready for some great fights.
Hey, Jesse, it's Matt, one of the co-hosts of the Boxing Voice. First off, thank you for coming on, and congrats on the win and your first card on PBC. What's it like being in the PBC umbrella now, especially compared to the Top Rank stable, which you were in for a very long time?
You know what? I'm happy to be back. I'm excited to be a part of PBC. They have a great showcase. They have great commentators. They have a great way of working, and I can name several other things that are nice from PBC. But I'd say just fighting on equal fields, you know, with all the fighters, all the opponents, you know, everyone has a fair shot, and you know, I'm very happy to be a part of it. It feels like I've been here before, you know, that I've worked with them before, which I have. I've worked with several of the members of PBC back when I was with Mayweather Promotions, and I really enjoyed working with them then, and I enjoy working with them now.
Jesse, man, I'm excited first and foremost to have you be able to mix it up with all those names. And like you said, you know, get in with those names and prove greatness. But my question, obviously, I need to have you take a walk on the side of the detractors, the other media members that are out there, and they've written these stories that say, you know, Jesse Vargas, he made a big mistake signing Al Heyman. Look at him fighting Aaron Herrera while Saddam Ali, a guy he knocked out, gets to beat a legendary fighter in Miguel Cotto. And that fight was offered to him. Jesse Vargas made this mistake. Can you please, for the detractors out there that we know are listening, just explain to them how that wasn't a mistake and what it is that you see on the horizon for Jesse Vargas?
Well, I mean, first of all, when being in this position and pursuing a career in anything that you're doing, you know, it doesn't matter whether it's boxing, whether it's being a lawyer, doctor. You need to look at the long haul. You know, you need to look at the future and to see what next steps can come, and you know, who do you like working with? Who do you want to work with? And what can come good from it, you know? And I have a lot of respect for Al Heyman and Guadalupe Valencia. And when that opportunity came up, you know, when we started working together, I was happy to be a part of it. And when they offered me the Cotto fight, I was up for it. And they're my advisors. I have them with me for a reason. And when they told me, when they were negotiating for me, they know the proper amount. They know what the fight value is. And if Golden Boy refused to pay a decent amount of money, and if my advisors tell me, you know what, Jesse, it seems that they don't want to pay what the fight is worth, then you know what, I respect them enough to say, all right, if that's the case, then you tell me what you feel we should do, and we'll go with that. You know, that's how close I have. That's a close relationship that I have with them. That's how much respect I have for them. And so that fight wasn't confirmed, wasn't finalized, unfortunately for me, because I wanted the fight. I mean, who doesn't want to fight a legendary fighter in Cotto and show what you're about? But unfortunately, it didn't happen. But fortunately, I have the right team with me, and we came back on a good show with a great victory, and now we're set up to fight in another big fight and to prove what we have to show and to prove who I am once again. This is the second stage of my career, and I feel wiser, I feel more experienced, I feel a more complete fighter now. And what better than being with the right team in that position and making the team proud? I'm looking forward to making my team, my family, my advisors, my new team of advisors that are friends of mine now, and make them proud, make everyone proud, make my fans proud in this next big fight. But I don't feel bad. I mean, I'm not a type of fighter that will hate on others. I mean, I was happy when Saddam Ali came out with the victory. I said it before. I even tweeted it. Anything could happen. I knew that he had the youth on his side. I knew that he had fresh legs and he could move around. If he could move around long enough, he can do the upset. I knew that. I knew the type of fighter he was. I knew his caliber, and it's I'm happy for him. That's the only thing I could say.
Were you?
I mean, we gotta focus on what's in fact on our career, while others are doing other things.
Were you a bit surprised that he was able to hurt Cotto with that right hand the way that he did?
That I was surprised. I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't expecting him to hurt him. I was expecting him to possibly outbox him, and hopefully not get caught with any big punches. But I was surprised that he hurt Cotto. I know he's sharp, he's explosive, but I didn't think he had that type of power.
Now, obviously, you have a storyline with Saddam Ali being the only man to knock him out. He's obviously, won a title at 154 pounds. No one's really expecting him to stick around. Do you think that Saddam Ali and what he's been able to do after your loss, is that big enough to draw you back that route, or do you continue to plow forward towards the Thurmans and the Errol Spences of the world?
He has a title, and a title you have to respect. Will I pursue that fight? I mean, I can't really pursue it because once you beat somebody, it's just like that. That's it. But if they choose to call you out, then it's another option. And the fans have talked about it recently, and if they're excited for it, we can make it. But I would have to talk with my advisors, with my team, and see the possibilities of making that fight. Right now we have a long list of fighters that we could go up against, which I'm glad to be in this position. When you have options, there's nothing better than that. And thankfully, that's what I have. Options to be in the biggest fights of the year. Like I told the guys, a couple of the welterweights, we're going to have a lot of fun this 2018, 2019. But not only us, the fans are going to enjoy it, and we're going to give them great fights. They're going to get their money's worth.
Well, I am not too far removed from visiting Keith one time, Thurman, and we had an interesting conversation. It lasted about 3 hours, and your name was definitely a topic of conversation. I told him I don't think that Jesse Vargas should be his first fight coming off of this elbow injury in March. I don't think Jesse Vargas is a tune-up. That's the question right there. That's the punchline, right? Because in any realistic fighter's mind, it's like if you're an injury, you don't go in a tough fight. You don't go in with a guy that can knock you out with one punch. You don't go in with a guy that's hardest proven. You've been in there with Bradley, Pacquiao. You've done what you've done. Like, I don't know. Isn't this
a little bit of underestimating, you might say?
Is he not underestimating you by getting into this fight with you coming off an elbow injury?
Well, the thing is this. guys, that we as elite fighters, you know, we don't want small fights. We really don't. We want big fights. We want tough opponents. We want fighters that are top caliber, because we know that's the way that we will shine and we will look better. Because sometimes, in honesty, you know, the fighters that, you know, you elevate your game when you're fighting against a top level opposition, right? And plus, we believe in ourselves. We know that we can do it. We don't feel that the guys could beat us. All right, let's do it. You know, give me Gennady Garcia. That's what I think. I mean, that's just the way. That's the competitive instinct in us. I personally, I didn't want a thin fight. I didn't want a small fight. I said, you know, give me a shot. I said, Al, give me a shot at the title. I want a shot at the title. You know, and they advised me that it's a better idea to come back in a good fight against a top contender that you know that you can that basically, you know, you'll get back into it and you'll see how you feel. You know, and they did. I mean, they put in a tough guy against me that come to win and prepare properly. You get what I'm saying? I mean, they told me underestimated because, you know, if you don't properly, this guy is the prize. So he's very brave. And, you know, he really puts in the pressure to fight seriously.
Jesse, you're breaking up there a whole lot. I don't know if you can maybe maneuver or.
Yeah, he was coming.
Okay, can you hear me better?
Yes.
Can you hear me better?
Still a little choppy.
Sorry about that. Let me try and head out of the casino.
Okay.
Sorry about. How about now? Better?
Yes.
Yeah, way better.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that Herrera fight, though. Let's talk about the Herrera.
Real quick, Ness, if you don't mind me interjecting. Jesse, how you doing? It's Alex with the Boxing Voice, and congratulations on your last win. It was a great fight. It was a good fight, and you know, I like your composure in the fight, and you know, a guy like Herrera, who, you know, he likes to fight. He made it a fight. Stood there in the center of the ring with you. In an ideal world, which of the two of these top opponents that we've been speaking about, Errol, Spence, and Thurman, which one of these two, if in an ideal world, would you have lined up if you had the opportunity to fight to next? Because stylistically, you know, Errol likes to fight to the body. He likes to be in that fight, and you know, I seen some of that with you with your win against Herrera. So, what ideally, you know, Thurman is a puncher, boxer, likes to box on his back foot. What does Jesse Vargas, in his ideal world, set up for him next?
Either or, it doesn't really matter to me. It's just two good fights. To me personally, I would prefer Keith Thurman because he has the WBC. You know, you just line them up however the fans want them. But you know, those are the titles that mean a lot to me, and I want those two titles. And you know, I'm eager to have those around my waist. But yeah, so that answers your question.
Yeah. Going
back to what I was saying earlier, you know, it's just when we as elite fighters, we always want to come back in big fights. We don't want to come back in small fights, you know, and that way we leave right where we left off. Sometimes, you know, our advisors will mention possibly not to fight for a title yet, but maybe just a fight that will put us to the test, but not a title fight just yet. Sometimes when you have a long layoff, but I mean, we as fighters always want the biggest fights possible, not only because of the purse, but also because of the exposure and several things come into play.
Jesse, so I've been following your career obviously for forever. You know, when you've been fighting on when you were still with Roger Mayweather, and you've switched trainers quite a few times, but you've picked things up along the way. You have the capability of boxing, which is what you showed in this last fight, you chose to use that particular style, and you stood behind the jab, and you were patient. You even hurt your man. I mean, how is it that you decide or decipher which style you're going to use on a particular night?
It just depends. It just depends what I see fits best. But recently, I've noticed that people want to see more of a boxing match. They want to see not so many punches, but just very good accuracy, power, very good generalship, and that's it. Before as a kid, and I mean, recent times, I used to think, you know what, let's. If there was more than 15 seconds without punches, I'd say, you know what, the fans aren't liking this. Let's go. And even if I get hit a couple of times, 4 or 5, I make sure to engage because I want to give the fans what they want to see. But now they want to see. Now boxing has changed. It seems like they want to see more of a technician, a technical fight, a fighter that's in control and that's not getting hit and that's moving around and moving left and right, taking his time, putting the punches together when needed, and then that's it. Boxing has changed. Before, yeah, Holyfield would, he was in there giving. He was giving guys, people, fans, excitement for a 12-round fight. And you could, I guess you can say it, just boxing has changed, and I'm just trying to please the fans, and that's what I've always been trying to do.
Have you found?
That's the reason why I wanted to fight like this, to show them a little something different, and it seemed like they liked it.
Do you feel that it better suited you?
That's a good question. I feel that thankfully, thanks to Roger and thanks to all my years in the business and some great trainers, I've had the chance to grow and to be very, very versatile. Being around Floyd Mayweather helped me a lot, and I have fun doing either or. To be honest, I prefer to fight and engage and find the inside, but I can do a little bit of everything. And do I see it more convenient? Not so. It doesn't matter. It's the same thing basically to me. Whether I find the inside or outside, it's just whatever pleases the fans. And the fans really like a fighter that stays in control, has very good ring generalship, and it's just boxing has changed. That's the way I see it now.
No, you're absolutely right, man.
Makes my change.
Absolutely, I agree with you. Guys like Crawford, you
have guys like, you remember the fight. You got fights. You remember Francisco Vargas against Alito. They barely had viewers. But that fight, they nearly killed each other. I don't know if you remember that.
No, I definitely remember.
And they threw so many punches, but it's just, that's the way I see it, at least.
So listen, I want to ask you one final question. Don't want to take too much of your time, but I do want to get your opinion on Terence Crawford and where do you feel he is going to fit in the mix with all these welterweights? Because he, like you, is a welterweight that is moving up and has been in numerous divisions. So where do you see Terence panning out in this 147-pound? Man, it's sort of a Thunderdome what you guys got going on now.
Well, yeah, man. We definitely give him a welcome. He's a friend of mine. I've known him from the amateurs, and he's always been a great talent. And he ranks amongst the best in the welterweight division. I know that he still has to fight in the welterweight division, in order to show that he's going to be, that he's here to stay. But he definitely ranks amongst the best, because he's coming from being from holding all the titles at 40. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. But he definitely ranks amongst the best at the moment. Still undefeated, unified lightweight champion. So amongst the best, as one of the best.
Well, Jesse, man, we want to thank you again.
It's still going to be interesting, though. It's still going to be interesting to see how he adapts to the welterweight division.
Yeah, I'm excited, man. I'm excited to see everything pan out with you guys. This is kind of what we've always waited for, and it's interesting to hear Bob say that he does plan on allowing Crawford to mix it up with, the Heyman fighters. He used that specific quote, the Heyman fighters. So it's interesting to see how things will pan out by 2019. who's the last man standing. Jesse?
That's right.
Jesse, if you could do a favor and
That's
give
right.
us
Well,
your
we'll
social
see.
media.
Listen. Yeah, of course. Well, follow me on Instagram, Jesse Vargas _. Follow me on Twitter, J Vargas Boxing. I appreciate all the support. Thank you for having me. And to be honest, let me finish it off with saying this is the best part of my career, because this is the second part of my career. I'm 20 years old, and I really feel that I've grown a tremendous amount as a fighter within the last 10 years basically. And I'm here to stay, and I'm going to give the fans great fights and what they want to see. So everyone, tune into my next fight. Right now, we don't have anything confirmed. We know that there's rumors being spoken of the Keith Thurman fight. It's a fight that could be made. I have heard a lot about it, but we have nothing confirmed yet. I will let you know through my social media outlets as soon as we find something out. And thank you. I really enjoyed being on the show. Thank you, guys, and it was a pleasure.
Thank you, Jesse. Always great to have a future and former champion here on the show. Wish you the best of luck. We hope that you do get those big fights. Monster Piece, thank you as always. There you guys have it. Jesse Vargas, multiple division champion. It's going to be interesting to see how this one pans out with Jesse, because we've seen a lot of styles from him. I've been following that career from the very beginning. He's changed trainers quite a few times, but what I seen in that Herrera fight, I was impressed. I liked his composure, the way he stood behind a jab, very, just mature. I'm interested to see how the fight with he and Keith will turn out, being as though Keith is a pretty agile fighter, and obviously, Bradley was an agile fighter. We would like to see if he can, get over that, task of what it is to be in there with a mobile fighter, But there you have it. Jesse Vargas live on the show. Want to thank him, obviously, for calling in. We're going to go ahead and go out. Oh, I didn't even see you there, Mr. I'll be right back. We're going to go out to the phone lines. Remember the number 1-425-569-5241. Press 1 time. Remember to add Nestor Gibbs on Skype. That's NESTORGIBBS. Press 1 time. Let's get it on. Let's get a word from our sponsors. And don't forget to hit that thumbs up button.
These calls are brought to you by El Camino Electrical Services, experts in electric vehicle charging stations. For consultations and turnkey installation, visit us at elcaminoelectricalservices.com.
Going out to my man, Legendary Boxer. What up? Legendary Boxer. He's probably too busy chatting on the chat.
Yeah, that's what he's doing.
Jason Shaw. Mr. Shaw. All right, we're going to skip you then. We're going to let's go to the rock star then.
Duckstar.
What?
Nestor Gibbs, can you hear me?
We hear the babies loud and clear. How are they?
Yeah, so I'll try to make it nice and short, because these babies, they start crying and you don't even know why. So it's a challenge. So I'll do my best. But I don't like the disrespect from Matt, because
Robert
I challenge Eric Cruz, but this is for that. That'll be for another show. Dallas. I called him out. His whole schedule was completely filled up for the day. Made no sense. He knew I was coming. But suddenly he had to work for 10 hours, then go to the doctor for 3 hours, then go do some other stuff, pastor duties for another 5 hours. It's just like, come on. But anyways, that's not what we're here to talk about. Jess Vargas, great interview. I think it's cool having him on the PBC, man. There's so many great fights. That welterweight division is amazing. And, who else can you fight on Top Rank? He got the Pacquiao fight, which I thought was a lot closer than what he got credit for. Bradley's retired. I don't know really who else is there, but now on PBC side, you got everybody there, and he'll make some great fights with anybody. He's the guy that's been on the fortunate side of some scorecards, and he's always giving the fighters troubles. He's fought top level opposition, and I think it would be great. But I just want to say before I let you go, because these babies, if that Garcia Rios fight, I'm looking forward to it. I love Brandon Rios. I think he's one of my favorite fighters just because he likes to bring it. But I don't know, stylistically, that's a pretty weird fight. But I'm just looking forward to see him in another high level match, and as well as the other fight that was announced. All right, I'm out. Got to deal with parenthood. Peace.
I miss Rockstar, man. Remember when he was like on Border Wars and like not being a Duck Star? I miss those days. Those were good times. R.I.P. Robert Ortiz from Escape the Fate. Check him out on Spotify, iTunes, and all those other streaming outlets. Nestor Gibbs, I think, is out of the building.
Oh, let's go to J. Willie Will on the Really Real.
You know like I know, you should lie low. I used to get it in Ohio.
So, gentlemen, man, good show. Another good show. The Terence Crawford topic was really interesting because you guys made a lot of good points, and I just want to maybe harp on them a little bit because him not being a bigger draw than Adrian Broner right now is all his fault. I mean, I'm not sure if you guys maybe seen his interview on This Is 50, but when the cameras wasn't on, when he wasn't doing the interview, he was wrestling with the interviewer. He was challenging him, saying, I can fish better than you, I can wrestle better than you. I mean, he was showing a side that I've never seen before. And it's crazy is as soon as they turned on the camera for the interview, he did the same shit that y'all was saying. Yeah, my strengths are, and he was giving some of the most monotone answers. And I don't care, man, as a fighter, but I'm gonna break it down like this, man. If you're doing an interview for a damn job, and they ask you what are some of your strengths and what's some of your weaknesses, and you give them a one-word answer, do you think you're going to get the fucking job?
No.
So at the end of the day, that's a part of your job as a boxer is to put on a good interview, to gain attention that way. So it's just this thing that somebody like Adrian Broner can lose time and time after again, but will still be a draw. And, Terence Crawford is just hurting himself. Now with the old Mayweather topic that you kind of lightly brushed on, I kind of feel you in a sense that, maybe Mayweather's trying to protect his fighter, but I kind of understand where he's coming from. And to compare him and Lomachenko saying that he didn't want to go to 160 to fight Golovkin and Lomachenko's only been in the two-weight divisions. That if Mayweather went to 160, that would be a 6, I believe. So it's like, I mean, beyond Gervonta Tank Davis, man, and Protect, there's really not a lot for him to prove at 130, to be honest. I mean, and I think if we all did a poll right now, just for the people, me, Ness, Matt, and Alex, I don't think anybody would give Gervonta the edge in that fight. But we all know he's going to lose that fight. So it's just common sense that there's nothing else left to prove at that weight division. If you're supposed to be, the next Mayweather, then you should prove it by challenging yourself. I don't think he's really trying to rush that, man. But I just think he's trying to say, if you're that good, then show it.
Man, that's a sidestep, J. Will. He trying to sidestep Lomachenko from Gervonta, man. Ain't nothing but that.
In a way, he is. But I can also see that, if you're that good, then challenge yourself. But I'm pissed. I mean, check out that This Is 50 interview with Terence Crawford, man. It pissed me off to see him.
I seen it. You talking about with Ak and Barack? Yeah, man. They started tussling on the floor. Listen, he comes out. The real Terence comes out with certain people, but like Ak and Barack, they chill with him. They go play basketball. So obviously they got the cameras rolling. The real Terence is gonna be out, but like he doesn't let everyone see that, and that's what he's like he's the black version of Miguel Cotto, B.
Yeah, but I mean, that means he doesn't want money then.
Well, Cotto made money, right? So anybody would be like, well, Ness is good to be the black version of Miguel Cotto. We'll see, man. The thing with Terence that Cotto wasn't is this. Terence doesn't give you the greatest interviews, but he'll talk some shit. He'll talk some shit, and he's competitive. But listen, Jay Will, we want to thank you obviously for calling in. We're gonna go out to. We got any ringers, Matt?
No, we do not. But
All
great.
right, so we're going out to West. No, not West Africa. First, it's we're gonna go back to Jason Shaw. Jason, what up? Legendary boxer, going once, twice. West Africa. Muhammad, talk to us.
Yo, what up? What up? 2 or 3 quick things. First of all, Gervonta Davis, you can say he's ducking Lomachenko right now, but he can meet him up in 135. So, I mean, we will all gain from that. Give him 2, 3 more fights. In the meantime, Lomachenko can go to 135, prove himself, hopefully against Mikey Garcia, and then it's going to be a bigger fight. But right now, he's ducking him. No, he's not ready. So he can tell him later, yeah, I was ducking you yesterday, but today I'm fighting you. Like Bob Arum when he said, yesterday I was lying, today I'm telling the truth. That's one thing. The other thing, I'm excited about the Thurman fight versus Jesse Vargas. This is just my opinion, so don't go hard at me. But Thurman better make sure there's drug testing in that fight, because I'm not sure about Jesse Vargas in big fights. I think he's doing something. And Mayweather is going to be back. Mayweather is going to be back because it's hard to pass on them 200, 300 million paydays. So expect him to announce something by next year. And that's my call.
Muhammad, always a pleasure. Hey, start saving your shillings, man. Looks like 2018 is a great year shaping up, and maybe some appreciation nights and maybe some shindigs, Matt. I don't know. It's looking good for us boxing fans for the new year. Let's head on out to Gary in Dallas. You're going to be getting a big fight over there with Mikey Garcia.
Hell yeah. You guys coming down for that? You got Garcia up in this fight?
Sean Zattel already put dibs on that, brother. So Sean Zattel's flying from Vegas out there.
I had a question on the Horn Crawford thing, right? Because Crawford would be the mandatory challenge, right? He's #1 contender. So Arum could mandate that. And if Jeff Horn doesn't, if he sticks to I want $5 million, and they couldn't agree on that, would that go to purse bid? I mean, because Arum WBO could mandate that fight, right? And Arum has the WBO in his pocket. So if Arum wants to make that fight, he can have the WBO mandate it. And then how would the purse bids work on that? Or how, you know what I'm saying? Like, because they can make that fight happen, can't they?
Purse bids, I think it'd be Duke.
Yeah.
If it went to purse bids, and I think that's very unlikely. I don't think that happens at all. But if that does happen, it would be Duco events, I think, bidding against Top Rank. But I don't even know if that's correct because Top Rank technically has an option on obviously Jeff Horn's next fight. So I don't know the particulars there in terms of contract. I would obviously have to have the contract in front of me and read it to know the particulars of that breakdown on who really is the lead promoter in Jeff Horn's next fight.
But if it did go to purse bids, the champion usually gets the lion's share of the purse, correct? You know what I'm saying? Wouldn't it make sense for Horn to not try anything and make the fight go to purse bids if that's a possibility, because he would get the lion's share of the money?
Yes. Yeah, I would say so. But again, I don't think that's going to happen. Similar to how like Triple G and Jacobs wasn't allowed to go to purse bid, and Jacobs was given more than the mandatory split for a reason. I think similar reason, obviously, to Crawford Horn.
That's what I was asking. You guys know that stuff better than me. That was my only question.
Gary, thank you for calling in as always. Great work on the back end, posting them articles. Going out to CK, Cincinnati. What up?
Boxing Voice. Best to ever do it. Great show, guys. Jesse Vargas, the truth.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, sir.
But I'm thinking, like you said, the reason why Crawford.
Hey, you're gonna have to get off speakerphone, CK. You got to get off speakerphone. Come on.
All right.
All right.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Now,
Okay.
the reason why Crawford and Andre Ward not getting they due because they let Teddy Atlas say Lomachenko is the best fighter right in front of their face. You got to speak up for yourself. Imagine if he said that in front of James Toney when James Toney was undefeated, or in front of Mike Tyson when Mike Tyson was undefeated. He wouldn't have been allowed to say that. But these guys won't even speak up for themselves. That's why the promotion is gone. You're supposed to check Teddy right there, like, how the hell is he better than me? You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to explain yourself. But these guys just let the announcers get away with it. Ali and Howard Cosell had a great relationship because Cosell would have said the same thing, and Ali would have checked them right then, like, hold on, I'm the greatest. Ain't nobody beating me. I mean, and Floyd Mayweather, like you said, man, he ducked Keith Thurman because Keith Thurman, when he fought Andre Berto, he proved that he wanted no parts of Keith Thurman. He had, in 50 fights, he's the only Hall of Famer from the modern day era never to have beaten an undefeated African-American opponent. You can't name another champion that had never even faced an undefeated African-American opponent.
Canelo?
And so he's teaching the art.
Oh, shit. Canelo lost to Mayweather. Ah!
Canelo, and Canelo beat Austin Trout, an undefeated African-American opponent.
True.
So I wish Trout would have won and then go ahead.
I just said you know your argument.
Wait. Who hasn't been American undefeated fighter?
All the great champions lost. Roy Jones, Holyfield, all these guys lost their first ones. So Mayweather knew that if he fought Keith Thurman would have broke the May Vinci code. He would have defeated him with his power and his athleticism. So he fought Andre Berto to prove that he wanted no points of Keith Thurman.
Okay.
That's why he ducked him for 2 years. He never explained why he never fought Keith Thurman.
Well, he did explain. He said, tell Keith Thurman go fight Errol Spence. Sonny in the UK.
What up, Gibbs?
What up, Mr. Speakerphone?
What's going on, guys? Oh, am I on speakerphone?
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Oh, I'm in my car.
Are you using a Bluetooth system?
I'm in my new BMW, man. I can hear. I'm just speaking through the car.
Oh, that's what it is. It's okay, Sonny. We can get through it.
Man. Anyway, hey Gibbs, I got something to tell you, man. I'm always on your side lately, but not this time. I think Mayweather has every right to turn around and say to Lomachenko to go up, wait, and fight Mikey Garcia. What did Mayweather do? When Mayweather started boxing, what was his weight? 120 what pounds?
100.
And he went up how many weight classes?
Went up 4 or 5.
Yeah, but Mayweather's 40.
Right, so
Mayweather's 40.
Only Mayweather can say that, Gibbs.
But Sonny, Mayweather's 40.
Yeah, but Mayweather can say that.
But Sonny, Mayweather is 40 years old. Lomachenko got 10 more years to do what Mayweather did. And he's already gone up 2 divisions.
1.
You'll get there. Well, he got belts in 2 divisions.
Lomachenko hasn't gone up 2 divisions yet. Lomachenko hasn't gone up 2 divisions yet.
126, 130.
And now he's thinking of fighting Mikey Garcia, right?
Yeah, well, he's only had 10 fights. And he's already fought several undefeated champions.
But no one's had a pedigree like Lomachenko either. Anyway, let's just move.
Yeah, but Rigondeaux had the equal pedigree, actually.
Yeah, but Rigondeaux really is 122 fighter. And everybody has been like slating Rigondeaux, saying that he's a quitter. He quit. He's going to be known like Roberto Duran. Roberto Duran's the best fighter of us all, but he's always going to be known for the quit, what he did with Sugar Ray Leonard when he quit in the second fight. It's always going to be part of his legacy until he dies. So that's what Rigo's got now. But Rigondeaux went up 2 weight classes to fight Lomachenko. Now, everybody who's hating on Rigo, tell me if he goes back to 122, who beats him? I don't see no one beating that 50-year-old dude. He looks 50 to me. I still don't see no one beating him. What, Santa Cruz, Cole Frampton, Scott Quick? I still think Rigo is number 1 there. Am I right or wrong? Or do you not disagree?
Those guys aren't at the
I can agree.
division. Hold on. The guys you mentioned aren't in that division. A guy in that division that could beat him is a Jesse Magdaleno.
So you believe that he's got Rigo's card in that fight?
I didn't say that. You asked who could beat him. Jesse Magdaleno could beat him. Could. Very specific word with a specific definition.
Yo, Jesse's been calling out Rigo for like 3 years, but Bob never made that fight. I wonder if he'd give him that fight now. But Jesse's coming off a hand injury. I spoke to Robles the other day. And, his man is hurt. Larry, San Francisco.
Hey, big ups to the Boxing Voice. Appreciate the show as always, fellas. I appreciate the interview with Jesse Vargas. He's a real stand-up and candid sounding dude. And I like when fighters get on there and talk real and break it down like that. So keep bringing cats like that back on. LOL at Jeff Horn, though, and his $5 million request to fight Terence Crawford. The entire purse for both fighters will not equal $5 million. So how on earth is Jeff Horn going to get $5 for that? Now,
wait, Larry.
I try to say
he never. That was all false. He never wanted $5. There was never any report that could use a quote from him or his team saying he wanted 4 or 5. Like these writers, they just picked their own number out of their ass. I don't know. We couldn't find one thing. That's what made me call Bob. Like, yo, let me find out if this shit is real. And Bob said it's fake. So Jeff never wanted 5. We were arguing, does he deserve 5 for the Crawford fight?
Yeah, and I mean that's no diss. That's a ridiculous argument because 1 is boxing, nothing to do with deserve. But 2, that fight does not generate the kind of funds to pay $5 million to either one of the fighters. So the answer is no. But no, if you said Bob said what he said, then fine. That's fine with me. But sooner or later, some way or another, that fight will happen because Crawford is the WBO Mando, and we'll see. But the purse will be nowhere near $5 million. Lastly, I mean, if it looks like a duck and it talks like a duck and walks like a duck, it's a duck. And we know Gervonta Davis is a duck, and we know Floyd is protecting him. The whole thing is, why not just say, hey, my man is young and he's tough and he's strong and physically he's ready, but he ain't got the experience yet to pull Lomachenko. So get off us for now. We'll do our thing and we'll see him when the time comes. He could have said that, and that would have went over a lot smoother than this shucking and jiving. Go fight him is going for right now. We know it's a duck. We know Lomachenko wins every round against Gervonta Davis, but keep it real. If you're not going to tell the truth, at least tell a better version of the truth than you're telling right now, Floyd. And finally, I want to invite everybody on the call, everybody on the podcast back on Saturday. We're coming back for a most outstanding performance of the year show. It's going to be fire. It'll be Ness, Matt, and myself actually co-hosting that show. It'll be tight. So make sure you're there Saturday. And I'm out.
Yeah, into that. That should be fun. I love on-demand shows.
Yes, Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern time.
Shit's early.
Very early for you West Coasters. And it's time to bring on our producer, Monsterpiece.
I'm a motherfucking monster.
Hello, good evening. What's up? What's going on?
What up?
I'm on break. I'm excited. What happened?
What, you're on break from work or you're on break at work?
From work. I'm finally starting the holiday break, and I'm excited to finally just focus on boxing, read a couple of fucking articles, catch up on a lot of shows and a lot of things that I missed, especially the Saunders versus Lemieux situation that I didn't get a chance to call in for. I'm not really going to get into it. I think it's I think it's stupid to really say that Saunders is ready for a Triple G or Canelo fight. I honestly don't think he is. That Lemieux fight, in my opinion, doesn't prove anything, and that's okay. If everybody wants to call in and call me a hater, or UK fans wants to say, "Oh, Masabi is hating on Saunders," I'm not saying anything negative about his skills in terms of what he's proving lately, but to say that he's ready for a Triple G and Canelo, I don't think so. And I think it's very easy. It's okay, sweetheart. It's okay, boo-boo. It's okay. Do you, boo-boo. Play the music. Go ahead, boo-boo. Play the music. It's all right.
That's Matt, by the way. That's Matt. That's Matt.
I know it is. I know it is, Maddie. I know it is, Maddie. But, Maddie, let me tell you something. If the Lemieux wins matters that much, if it matters that much to you, so much to you, then we need to start. Then we need to move on to the next step, which is compare wins against Lemieux. And at the end of the day, Triple G had a better win, and he beat him with a fucking jab, and he stopped him with a fucking jab. So at the end of the day, if we really gonna put Lemieux in a pedestal where that win is so tremendous and so how do I say, life-changing for a boxer, then Triple G won that cake a long-ass time ago, if that's the fucking case. But you know what? At the end of the day, we're boxing fans. We're emotional. We get caught up in the moment. And if you guys think that Saunders is ready for a Triple G or a Canelo, that's fine. I don't even think he's ready for a Daniel Jacobs, to be quite honest with you. But I would like to see that fight next rather than see him go to a contender. He's already a champion. He doesn't need to fight a contender. He could just go straight to a Jacobs fight. You know what I mean? That's how I feel. Andrade would be a good fight. Even Ochardo would be a good fight. But people want to put him in there with Triple G and Canelo. When Triple G and Canelo has unfinished business, that's a draw that needs to be cleared like right now. That shit led to a lot of discussion. That shit led to everybody calling this an Adelaide bird. That led to a lot of shit. So we need to clear it out. Why not a rematch? We saw a rematch with Ward versus Kovalev. Why can't we see a rematch with Triple G and Canelo? And that actually ended in a draw, as opposed to Ward versus Kovalev, and Ward clearly beat Kovalev. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, I don't think Saunders is ready for that right now. I don't think Triple G and Canelo should be even worrying about Saunders. I think they should be worrying about that rematch. That would be much better. In terms of that rematch, I'm going to say it right now. I don't think Triple G stands a chance in the second match. I think he is going to lose the second match, and he's going to lose all his belts. If he wins, I'll be shocked. Shocked, I tell you. Shocked. Like, to the core shocked. And I'll probably get drunk that night, too. But anyways.
Yo, you better protect that liver, girl. You've been drinking a lot lately.
Honestly, Ness, I do not drink. I only drink when I'm with my family in those special occasions. I do not drink at all.
Every weekend. Every weekend.
At the CBD Appreciation app. Every weekend, you're such a fucking liar. Are you really telling all the fans of this show right now that Boston is an alcoholic? Great. That's going to be the joke for I don't know how many months.
Follow her on Instagram and you'll see for yourself. She's always in the living room full of people.
It's true.
You're such a liar. You're such a liar, but please do follow me on Instagram. I would like to hear from you guys. I would love to argue with you guys. My thoughts on Saunders. I really don't think that Lemieux fight does anything. However, if Saunders looking great, he looks really good. He doesn't even look like a British fighter. And British fighters tend to have a certain type of style when they're fighting on the back foot. But this guy looks really good. Like, I really like the way Saunders looks. I honestly stopped watching the fight after like the third or fourth
Matt,
round.
why are you making that face though, Matt? You don't like the way Saunders looks?
No.
That's making a face like, oh my God, why she thinks Saunders looks so good?
That's not my
He looks good. Are we gonna? No, he looks good. But at the end of the day, Lemieux is not an elite fighter to the Jacobs and the Triple G's and the Canelos of the world. So let's be honest. Triple G been exposed Lemieux's weakness when it comes to fighting on the back foot and pumping that jab the whole night. Lemieux is not good. He can't figure shit out. You know what I mean? Once he's stuck in a position where he can't figure it out, he can get himself out of a paper bag even if his life depended on it. Lemieux is just that type of fighter. I wouldn't be surprised if Saunders was watching the Triple G versus Lemieux fight to figure out how to beat Lemieux. I wouldn't be surprised if he practiced with that tape. But the reality is, I don't think he really is ready for that. I think he should get the Jacobs fight. I think Jacobs deserves that fight. He is a top elite fighter in the middleweight division, and he should fight against him. Why not? What do you guys disagree with that? Do you guys think that fight is
monster piece?
Whatever.
Monster piece.
What?
If you Canelo beat Triple G in the rematch, how can you think that Billy Joe Saunders is not ready for Triple G when Billy Joe Saunders has better footwork and is a better boxer, arguably, in terms of technique than Canelo?
And being also so similar to Triple G, David Lemieux, the forward aggressive style.
You don't think Saunders can do whatever Canelo is good and do better at it?
What happened?
I said David Lemieux.
I didn't hear what Alex said.
David Lemieux being an aggressive fighter, stylistically similar to Triple G, and Canelo outboxing Triple G. You could kind of compare it to how he outboxed David Lemieux. You could kind of see that. You could kind of make a conclusion out of that.
But okay.
What exactly? Put it this way. My question is, what is it Triple G? What is it? Excuse me. What is Billy Joe Saunders really not ready for in Triple G? Like, what is it that Triple G has that Billy Joe is not ready for, in your opinion? Like, what is it that gives you the yeah?
That's the 3 times.
Okay. Well, Triple G knows how to cut off the ring well. We all know that.
But Canelo didn't.
He did it many times with Canelo. But he did it many times with Canelo, and that's why Canelo started. That's what Canelo started gassing out, because he constantly had to move out of the way. He couldn't throw while he was moving out of the way. That's what he only threw in spars, and we know that. We were discussing that. So we cannot sit there and all of a sudden forget about that shit.
Well, are you gonna forget about all the right hands?
So, to your point, about the reason why I think Canelo. The reason why I think Canelo will beat Triple G in the second round is because I think Canelo has a better chance. That's the only reason why. Because let's not forget that Triple G dropped Daniel Jacobs. And Daniel Jacobs was also doing lateral movement. And Daniel Jacobs was also going off of that plan. And it didn't work out so well for him. Neither did Willie Monroe Jr. And we would, and I heard the show very well. And you guys were giving Saunders credit for that Willie Monroe fight. This is why I get confused, because it's like, okay, we're giving Saunders credit for this fight, but we're not taking into account what Triple G did to those type of fighters. So wait
a minute. Sister, you sound like a casual. What? So because Triple G,
how?
Won't you let me explain? Won't you let me finish my sentences without saying how? And you'll hear how.
I'm gonna go back to my point. You're right. I'm gonna go back to my point. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You're a casual. You sound like a casual because you're saying, oh, Triple G knocked them out. I mean, you're not using the word knockout, but you're like, oh, we've seen what Triple G did to those guys. So how can we be giving Saunders credit? Because styles make fights. And just because fighter A beat fighter B doesn't mean that C can't come and do it. And we can be impressed by Billy Joe Saunders going in there not being touched. He wasn't touched. And he doesn't have the power of Triple G. So you should be more impressed with a guy who punches with a lesser amount of power to keep a big puncher like Lemieux off him all night. He made him look like an amateur.
You know what?
Every second of the round.
All right. Good point. But I just finished saying the Saunders look great. So I don't understand why you're making me sound like I'm talking about Saunders. You asked me a question
because you keep asking us.
I'm giving you those.
Monster, you don't even get what you're saying. You keep asking the world, why are we impressed with Saunders? Why do we think Saunders has a shot at Triple G? We're fucking telling you why. Because of how good he's looking, his footwork, and how bad Triple G looks versus people with footwork. Whenever Canelo fought in spots and wasn't standing still, Triple G could not hit him. He had to wait for Canelo to sit there and say, come on. You know what I'm saying? So if a guy like Saunders is going to be ice skating in the ring, hell yeah, the world is going to think that Saunders may be able to win.
Okay. All right, fine. My next thing is, didn't we jump the wagon with Rigondeaux?
Holy shit, Monster, your next thing? And then you say that we don't give you time.
Okay,
that's like 12 minutes.
No, but wait. No, you give other people an opportunity to talk bullshit. Since I'm talking bullshit, let me talk my bullshit. We jumped the bargain real quick with somebody. I'm just giving you an example because history likes to repeat itself. So I'm just giving you those examples.
Lomachenko.
I want to bring up that we do a lot in boxing, and this is my last thing. Listen, I really don't care. This is my opinion at the end of the day. Fuck everybody with 2 dicks. I don't give a shit. The point that I'm trying to make is, you know what? This is boxing. We never look at boxing like a sport. It is a sport at the end of the day. If I go to a Nets game and I see that the Nets had a good night, I cannot come home and argue with somebody and be like, oh, the Nets is going to beat the Warriors. I see it right now because of that one good night. We just can't. Sometimes at the end of the day, there's a reason why there's a league, and there's a reason why there's top tier, second tier, and third tier. There's a reason for those things. And that's the reason why I don't think, honestly, Saunders right now needs to continue to build on that momentum. That's all I'm saying. He needs to continue to build on that momentum. Yes, he's a champion. That's great. But he needs to continue to build on that momentum because I really do believe that it's better for him to just go into a Jacobs fight or go into an Andrade fight or go to a Charlo fight and to go to a Triple G fight.
Yo, what are you talking about, Monster? What are you talking about? I'm not going to let you just talk crazy.
Why is that so hard to understand?
Because you're talking crazy. You're talking crazy. You're talking crazy. You're talking the last piece of the fucking puzzle to go fight fucking Andre? Somebody who ain't done shit? What the fuck? He got the last piece of the puzzle.
Okay, but I said Jacobs too. But I come to front down because I said
you
Jacobs
talking
too.
crazy. You talking crazy. Everything you saying is crazy
I'm
right now.
talking Jacobs too. Oh my God! So he can't. Okay, I mentioned Jacobs too. Jacobs is not a good fight either.
Masterpiece.
Wasn't a world champion.
If you're Billy Joe Saunders, doesn't represent what Triple G and Canelo represent. You're the last piece of the puzzle. You don't go fight Daniel Jacobs. You go fight Triple G and Triple G and Canelo.
Very quickly, Monsterpiece, before you rebuttal. Hold on, Monsterpiece. Hold on, 1 second.
What is he gonna do?
Let me add something. Hold on. Remember, Billy Joe Saunders has already beaten Chris Eubank Jr., Andy Lee, David Lemieux, Willie Monroe Jr. He's already sort of proven, and he's a champion.
Oh, his resume, bro.
To compare him to the Nets.
Oh my fucking God.
Is ridiculous. And you know it.
Undefeated belt holder too.
Yo, she's talking about he needs to go build his resume.
Okay, fine. But let's
come on, Master.
What is Saunders gonna do? Wait until Triple G and Canelo happen? Then that's fine.
No. He could go back home and do exactly what HBO wants him to do, and that's fight Spike O'Sullivan in his house and air it on HBO. So he could look good while Triple G and Canelo have their fight in May 5th, and then they meet in September for unification. Undisputed, Monster. Undisputed. Something that probably hasn't been done.
Triple G shouldn't fight Canelo. That's what you're saying.
That's not what we're saying.
Oh my God, yo, we're saying right now. You got the fucking
Saunders can't beat right now. Hold on. You're saying Saunders can't beat those guys. We're saying Saunders can beat those guys. Now you're switching the argument to we want Saunders to fight these guys first. That's not our argument. That's not an argument at all, Monster.
Doggy, she was at a Christmas party.
Understanding what I'm trying to say.
She was at a Christmas party with Spike Eggnog, B. I could tell.
Oh, damn.
Coquito.
Monster, we got to get you an intervention.
Intervention for what? For what, my niggas? Because you guys just finna say right now that he needs to go back and fight O'Sullivan in his house by the Triple G and Canelo fight happen. Is that what you guys are trying to say?
He can't do that. He can't do that. He can't.
So that's the fucking difference. He can't do that. He cannot fight O'Sullivan?
Yes. Oh my God.
Now.
Listen. The difference is you don't take a dangerous fight when you're the last piece of the puzzle. You don't risk your fucking career-defining fight, your career, your retirement fun fight. You don't risk it to prove something to fucking masterpiece by fighting Daniel Jacobs or Demetrius on nobody heard Drade. Okay?
All right. So then I don't know how I'm being wrong in what I'm saying, because I don't know how what you're saying is any different from what I'm saying. I don't know how it's any different, because what you're saying is almost nearly or the same of what I'm saying. You said the same thing. You're just trying to say it right now. Why should he go into a career ending or whatever fight You know, when he just needs
No. Career ending is very different than a career defining.
I'm saying? Is that what you're saying?
No, career defining. Because if he beats Triple G or beats Canelo, which Billy Joe Saunders can do,
has
then
the ability and the tools to do so.
I mean, I don't understand how you don't think Billy Joe Saunders does not have the tools to beat
Why
Canelo.
she doesn't think it, bro? Because she didn't even piece it together that fucking Canelo was granted mandatory status at Billy Joe Saunders about a year ago, and he decided to say, fuck that.
He's swerving.
Fuck that. I'm a swerve. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Billy Joe Saunders, swerve. You know what I'm saying? So what are you talking about? And now that he beat Lemieux, all of a sudden they want to rush and give the green light to do fucking Triple G because you don't want that Saunders problems. Nobody wants to fight a boxer, monster. You better keep listening to this show. Every time you on your fucking break, you better be listening to this show.
Yo, let me say something. Let me say something final. Let me say something final.
This is your fifth final to the 10th power.
And I finally got my fucking argument in the fucking boxing room. Finally, I got Ness to get mad at me and argue with me. You just made my night, brother. Thank you, guys.
What up, Matt?
We have a ringer on, Mr. Bobby Arum from Canada.
Damn, Jose.
Gentlemen.
My bad. Okay, hold on.
That he got an ill intro, bro. Come on.
All this rose, getting money like Jose, chain code Norway. Shorty wants that full play. I'm like, no way. Gotta rock like Coldplay, killing it. OJ, getting cheese like Green Bay. Call me.
Jose.
Hey, he fall off?
Yo, man, I'm here. You guys put mute on me. Hello?
No, we can hear you now.
Must have been the tyrant Matt.
I didn't want you to interrupt your own intro. I was trying to help you out.
Okay, thanks, boys. You know what? I just kind of wanted to speak to what Monster was saying. So Monster was saying that Billy Joe Saunders should fight Daniel Jacobs. Is that correct?
No.
Yes.
No,
Well,
that's not what you were saying. That was Daniel Jacobs. Yes, you're saying that.
Yeah, that's what she was saying.
Billy Joe Saunders should fight Daniel Jacobs or Demetrius Andrade or Jamal Charlo.
Somebody other than Triple G because he's not ready.
She does have a point. Yeah, she does have a point. Not that he's not ready. It's just that the bank isn't ready. Like, it's not going to be a super huge fight if he goes in right away to fight those guys. Like, if he goes in and beats Daniel Jacobs, then that fight is worth like 2 times the factor, right? It's going to make more.
Right.
Right now, he's going to make Daniel Jacobs money, right? If he fights Triple G or Canelo. So I think, although Billy Joe Saunders did do well, that's what I think. Like, if he goes in and
Jose, remember, Daniel Jacobs was the mandatory, and he had a WBA regular belt. Billy Joe Saunders has a WBO belt. It's very different. It's a full-on unification.
Yeah, but you still got to remember, if Lemieux would have won, he would have had it too, and it's not going to be that much bigger of a money fight, man. Like, the fact that Billy Joe is getting all these praises is that everyone's surprised. And I
dude, it was always a big money fight. It was always a big money fight. That's why he was going to Kazakhstan for it. It was always a big money fight. Billy Joe versus whoever for the last fucking piece. Dog, Matt, tell me when is the last time fucking the middleweight's been unified? These guys are crazy. They act like this shit happens every day.
Nah, man, this is rare.
The welterweight division. Do you know that the last person to fucking unify undisputed was fucking Zab? Zab Judah was the last person.
Yeah, but Ness, you got to understand, they stripped the belt from Canelo, man. So it's not really like he legitimately got it, man. He's got to go through Canelo first to then unify. Otherwise, it doesn't really count, man. We're not naive enough.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Canelo didn't lose that belt.
Bro, he lost the fight. He lost the fight. He lost the fight.
He didn't lose the fight. They tied, bro. They tied. So until Triple G beats Canelo,
well, that is true. That is true.
So what I'm saying is,
yeah, but the belt's on the line regardless. What do you? Hold on. All you did was mix me up. The WBC's on the line regardless. Whether or not Canelo wants to accept it if Triple G wins, he still got all the belts. And again, Saunders' last belt is the piece of the puzzle. So whatever you spewing is a bunch of bullshit. The belt's still on the line. It's still on the line. It's always been on the line.
It's like when it's like when Peterson was champion after Matisse iced him, man. Like, you're not a champion if you get your ass knocked out, man. Like, he's got to go through Canelo first, man, and he's not going to beat Canelo.
Brother, wait. What are you talking? I need to get this straight because I'm feeling like I'm dealing with casual after casual. Are you telling me that if Triple G beats Canelo because Canelo was stripped, that Triple G's WBC don't mean shit and Billy Joe got to go beat Canelo first? So what is it that you're saying?
Triple G's got to beat Canelo first. He's got to beat Canelo first. But I'm saying, well, Triple G and Canelo are dancing. Billy Joe should step up and knock off another dragon himself, man. And take Jacob's head with him to the fight. He's gonna
another dragon. Another dragon. Won't you fucking sound off the names of the other dragons in the 160-pound division that they have? How many dragons does Daniel Jacobs has on this fucking belt? Because Louis Cooper's Aries
or fucking Canelo.
Especially at 160. So you making no, don't talk. You making these other fucking middleweights jump through hoops of fire, but yet Canelo has no fights in the division and he's fucking somebody. Jacobs just fought fucking Triple G and lost, and all of a sudden he's the man to beat. I mean, you guys pick and choose what you want.
Debatable, man. Right now, it's like it was a four-man division, including Lemieux. Lemieux got bounced out of there. Lemieux is no longer in there. Lemieux is out now. Billy Joel is taken his spot. It's still Billy Joe 4, then Daniel Jacobs, then Canelo and Triple.
No, that's not true. That's not true.
Right now,
that's not true.
No, it's not true because Daniel Jacobs got knocked off. He lost.
And also, Daniel Jacobs' best win is who? Peter Quillen? That's his best win?
Matt,
we got Andy Lee, Chris Eubank. I mean, come on here.
Where's my soundbite at?
Come on, man. Come on. I mean, the disrespect here is unbelievable.
Yeah, he tried to jump on the Monster Peace trainer.
Yo, you guys.
Yo, you gonna call? Oh my God, I can't deal with these casuals. How you gonna call him a green Chris Eubanks after he's been able to come back and do everything that he's fucking done? He's in the biggest fight in the super middleweight division now. You got to give guys like that credit, more credit, because they lost. You got to give Lomachenko credit for everyone he beat after losing to Salido. You can't do that. And anyway, Jacobs lost. He had his shot. Jacobs had his shot. Now you telling me that Billy Joe is such a bum, he don't deserve a shot straight at Triple G or Canelo. No, he got to go through to the guy that lost. Come on, man. You fucking casuals sound crazy.
No, Ness, I'm not saying that he doesn't deserve it. What I'm saying is it's smarter if he takes off and knocks off Jacobs. It makes him that much more marketable.
How is it smarter to go backwards?
Jose, why is he not marketable now? That's what we're trying to argue. Why is he not marketable now? You've seen his resume.
He's not going to make $15 million for fighting Triple G.
You know,
the money's not there.
I got to draw the line in the sand. I got to understand, Matt, when it is that I'm talking to a casual, because this guy is trying to tell us here that Jacobs with 2-3 losses and a draw or some shit like that. Go back and check his fucking resume. All of a sudden, he's more marketable than the undefeated fighter with an actual fucking belt in the division. How are we arguing with this guy? You're hilarious.
He fought the king and he didn't get killed like everyone else. People thought that Jacobs won, man. Some of your panelists thought that Jacobs won, man. So, I mean, some of your listeners and some of your everyone, a lot of people did say that Jacobs won, man. So his credibility rose. Billy Joe has ducked Triple G for years and years. So now I'm saying he could be a big boy and he could step up. And he took on Lemieux, man, and Lemieux looked ordinary. You guys saw it. Triple G knocked out Lemieux. What would Canelo do to Lemieux, man? Canelo would probably kill Lemieux. You guys saw that, man. Like, so now we're anointing, Billy Joe as the king. The king. Well, you know what? The king hasn't done enough, in my opinion. I want to see him fight Jacobs, and I want to see.
Where's the violin?
Like, I want to see the winner of
Canelo
and Triple G fight the guy. Anyway, you guys are giving me lots to burn here. I appreciate it, boys. You know what? If you guys don't have a show on Sunday, Merry Christmas to you guys. Merry Christmas to all the listeners. You know what? The best gift of all, man, is if you guys could give us a show on Sunday. But if you can't, I understand. You guys got a family and you guys got other shit going on too. But do that. Hey, join the Patreon. My boy got a new channel, guys. His name is Doomsday. Cooking with Doomsday. Check it out, guys.
Cooking with Doomsday. So good. Okay.
Yeah, I'm getting it everywhere, guys.
Oh,
on the chat.
God, hilarious.
Chat, show, live, everywhere.
Yo, see, if you just made weight, none of these.
Look at Monsterpiece in the chat. Ness a hater.
Yo, how are we the hater for bigging up a guy with an amazing resume at this point in the division?
I know.
With a display of boxing skills.
He has a better resume than everyone but Triple G in that division. And people cannot accept that for some reason.
Hilarious.
People now want to discredit David Lemieux when a ton of people were picking David Lemieux to beat him.
That's right. Everybody was picking him by knockout too.
Oh, man, I picked David Lemieux. I'm gonna give Billy Joe.
He's not. I don't know. Maybe he's not as popular, and maybe he, some of that bad press with the whole Nutcracker thing. Might have kind of like
Oh yeah, hell yeah. That definitely
affected him a little bit.
That definitely put a sour taste in people's mouth. But you see, we at least the true boxing fans is supposed to be able to distinguish like outside shit from the in-ring shit. But most of those people are just
this is stupid.
That is all. Let's go out to the colors. We're going to Long Beach, California.
Long Beach in the house. Yeah.
Hey, so firstly, I want to say that I love Jesse Vargas more than most people. I was at the StubHub for the Bradley fight, and he was pretty much getting smoked throughout the entire fight, but then he landed a big right hand in the 11th or 12th, and I thought he was going to pull it off, but he just ran out of time. Onto some topics. I hate Danny Garcia for making me lay my eyes once again on Brandon Rios. I thought I seen Brandon Rios for the last time. I thought I seen Brandon Rios for the last time, man. And fucking Danny is gonna force me to watch him again, and I'm mad about that shit. But very simply put, and I don't know, you guys going down a lot of rabbit holes with the whole Canelo, Golovkin, Lemieux thing, but the simple reason that Canelo went straight to this fight immediately is that the blood's in the water, and he doesn't want anyone else to get the glory. There's a lot of glory to be had with Golovkin when you get the first win over him. And people who say, like, oh, the O doesn't count for shit, Mayweather's O is the most pricey thing in boxing because all the glory that comes when you're the guy who takes it away. And same to be had with Golovkin. And Canelo's like, I'll be damned if I let Billy Joe Saunders get that W. That's going on my legacy. I need that. And that's kind of simple to me. Now, what I kind of talked about last weekend, y'all dogged me, Crawford and Horn. So here's the analogy I'm trying to make. Quite often, actually, in boxing, like you'll see that guy, that hot shot coming up. And you can even throw in Vasyl Lomachenko. And you throw a guy in who's a hot shot, who's a blue chip prospect, and you throw him in with a seasoned ass vet, a dog. And I'm not talking about caliber or even skill of fighter. It's just the type of fight. And so it was similar with Adrian Broner and Maidana. And Broner was supposed to win. He's the blue chip, but you threw him in with a dog. And this is Crawford going in with a dog, if you ask me. Now, let me add to Horn's dog. Horn fought Manny Pacquiao in a firefight. Okay? Nobody fights Manny Pacquiao in a firefight. Can people beat Manny Pacquiao at this point? Probably guys like Thurman and Errol Spence would probably get him out of there. But as of in a firefight, nobody fought Manny Pacquiao in a firefight since Eric Morales. You know, you just don't fight Manny Pacquiao like that. And fucking Jeff Horn did. And whether you think he won or lost, that's just debatable. But Terence Crawford coming up here, this weight class against a tough, strong, bodily strong guy. That's the difference, guy.
And so, and you guys also talked about, the Australian media saying Crawford doesn't have cachet. I once read an article on why you see black fighters. Yeah, but look, so see Crawford and Spence, we gonna see if they have to be villains, because these guys are good guys. They're exciting. They're knocking people out, and they're just lukewarm. And the thing about lukewarm, nobody gives a fuck about lukewarm. You have to be polarized as a fighter. You have to be hated and loved, or one or the other, but it can't be in the middle. And both those dudes right there in the middle. And one more thing, guys, before I get out of here. Gervonta Davis way too fucking green for Lomachenko. You might be like, oh, well, they have this amount of fights, this, that, or the other. One dude's 21, 22 years old, and the other dude has like near 400 amateur fights. And another
whatever,
thing,
UTMT, come on, UTMT right now. Come on. How you gonna say one dude 29, the other one? Since when age matters?
Well, does experience matter? Because one dude got 400 amateur fights.
Oh, so now his world title that he won doesn't mean shit because he lost it on the scales? He lost the experience on the scales too?
Ah, man, come on, Ness. I know you playing some devil's advocate with me, but you know, man. You know this fight.
Yo, if he wouldn't have lost that belt on the scales, nobody would be talking about, oh, he's inexperienced.
Okay, but look, Ness, I just want to get this off or y'all cut me off. An on-demand show. I've always wanted to do one. I just want to know if you guys think it would be valid. I want to create a TBV criteria for winning a round. You know, they got the shit that goes out there like ring generalship, defense. I want us to create one for when we watch fights and it's all fucked up and it's a controversy. We here at the Boxing Voice say we're going to use our criteria, and we can all kind of throw in what those criteria should be. I want to create a TBV criteria for winning a round. We could do an on-demand show for it. You guys let me know if you think that's a good idea. Thank you for the time.
Thank you. That's gonna be difficult, right? It's just gonna be like it's gonna be all regurgitated kind of information. I mean, Matt, you're still probably hypothetically will say ring generalship. Doomsday being he may probably say, you know, the bigger puncher. You know, I don't know. I mean, I doubt we're gonna create something new.
There's so many angles. You know?
Agreed.
Why does Doomsday continue to be on the show like he's a racehorse? Always breathing into the mic. He's like,
you know what? Sorry, man.
And coughing.
I'm sorry. I pulled it away.
Yo, I'm
doesn't mean.
And if you follow me, I'm still going out there running 5 miles. I'm gonna run.
Probably need to bundle up, buddy.
I know. I wear layers, bro. I wear layers.
Sympathy. You get zero sympathy from us on running.
Matt, you better get ready.
You agreed to a weight class.
That fly gonna be all over you.
You committed the number1 sin in combat sports, not making weight.
Matt, you think you the shit all the time. Now you're gonna have this fly on you.
I am the shit. Running out to Alex Lemon, Mr. The IG Master. Ness, you wanna hit that intro? Nestor. We're gonna go to Alex. I'm sorry, Alex.
I mean, I heard you say Lemon and IG Master. I'm thinking you're going to him. Like
intro.
I mean, I don't know. You just like, you know, you take.
I don't have an intro. You do.
I won't deny you.
Gennady Golovkin production.
Come with me. Hail Mary, run quick speed. What do we have here now?
BoxingVoice.com.
Gennady Golovkin production.
What's up, guys? Hey, man. Matt, Ness, Alex, great, man. Great show.
What up, Lemon?
Yeah. Shout out to Jesse Vargas, man. Yeah, man, what up? Hey, shout out to Jesse Vargas for coming on the show, man. A great interview from you guys. And let's start it, man. Yesterday morning, man, I was up in Stockton, and I was watching Coach Flores train Gable Flores Jr. and Michaela Mayer, Kilo the Kid, Hector Madera. They're all in the house, man. Great work. And then for anybody who wants to see that, man, go to the Boxing Voice, man, YouTube and on Instagram. Hopefully you're following us. Check those out. And then Coach, I talked to Coach this morning. He said him and Lil G were on their way to Missions Peak today. That's for those who don't know, that's a 3-mile long hike, man, and it's like 2,000 in elevation or something, man. It's pretty rough. So they're getting ready for that February 3rd match. Let's go with the next subject. Loma Davis, man. That fight, the Davis camp, man. Because everyone's like, "Oh, Davis don't want it," but Davis. I'm sure Davis would, because can't say like a fighter's scared to fight somebody. They'll get in there and fight, but it's about business, man, and it doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense right now. I mean, putting them together like that. But let me tell you what does make sense. Jose Ramirez getting that 140-pound belt in New York on March 17th, and then going back down to 135 and fighting Loma, which is an in-house top rank, and fighting at the Chansey Baseball Park over here in Fresno. 17,000 available for that, man. I'm telling you. What do you think about Jose Ramirez fighting Lomachenko there, Nestor, Matt?
He has no shot.
Fun fight, though. I'll watch it.
No shot at winning? No shot at winning?
You know what? Actually, I can't even say that simply because, again, Mike Reed is no Lomachenko, but based off the Salido fight, we know that is the only style that can frustrate or, I guess, make Lomachenko uncomfortable, but we haven't seen anyone able to do it again, let alone replicate that style.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm telling you, Jose Ramirez is going to be bigger, too, and he's going to be the one, the Matrix, man. And next one is real quick. January 11th, man.
Wait a minute. Are you saying that your love for Jose Ramirez has no boundaries? That you're picking him right now on a future fight that hasn't even been signed for at a weight that he hasn't even fought at? Is that what you're saying?
Wait, man. Let me tell you. This ain't about love, man. This is about, because that makes me sound like I'm just blind, right? No, but I'm seeing, man. I'm telling you, Jose Ramirez he goes down to 135 because he'll be fighting at 140 in March, and his last fight too was 140. But I'm saying he'll go down to 135, and I got him beating Lomachenko. Maybe not by, maybe even by knockout, man, because of those body punches. But I got him over Lomachenko, and I'm a Lomachenko fan. Mark my words. Hey, if that comes true, you guys remember this, that I called this shit in December of 2017. So that's my pick on that one. Hey, but
did he know that, Lemon? That Jose Ramirez and Lomachenko fought in the amateurs?
Yes, and I know that you're going to say Lomachenko beat Ramirez, which he did. But if anybody that watches that fight, go to YouTube, because I have. Go to YouTube and watch Jose Ramirez fight Vasyl Lomachenko, and then come back and tell me if you think Lomachenko beat Jose Ramirez.
Yo, I could say the same thing,
Come on,
bro.
man.
With Wellington Romero that trains out of our gym. He lost to Lomachenko in the Olympics. It don't mean nothing, B.
Right. I mean, look at Mayweather. Mayweather lost in the Olympics. You know what I mean?
So let me get this straight, Alex. Let me get this straight. Oh my God, today is my day to set every one of y'all motherfuckers straight, huh? Let me get this straight. So you're telling me top rank. Matt, help me here. How many fights Ramirez has? Help me.
Like 20 something.
No, come on, help me out, Alex. You know it's true. 21. You know it's true. How many?
Jose Ramirez 21-0.
21-0. So you're telling me top rank sat on this gem of a fighter. They built them up the slow way. By the slow way, I mean putting them in there with no one. And then they got this other fighter who's Olympic, 2-time medalist. They put him in there in a championship fight, second fight, third fight, all the promotions behind him. and they're just setting it up for Ramirez, or what are you saying? This is a Rocky thing? I'm not understanding how. Where are you getting these numbers that keep equating to Ramirez winning somehow?
What equates to him winning is like his styles of fighting, man. I'm telling you, the body work, Ramirez could get in there just like he's a younger version, better version of Salido. He's gonna get in there. He could frustrate Lomachenko. And for Top Rank, it's a win-win. Because even if Ramirez, I'm gonna have to say, even if he does lose, let's say by points or whatever, he loses, it's like losing to Mayweather. You know what I mean? Just like how Canelo lost to Mayweather. It doesn't really damage him. They could get him right back on there if he loses.
Yo, people need to stop doing that. Wait a minute. People need to stop doing that. And it's going to have to start with you. People can't say it's like losing to Mayweather. Mayweather fought and beat 20 champions. Lomachenko ain't beat no fucking champions yet.
Yeah, 17 of them.
Loma has beat some champions.
No, Mayweather beat 17 world champions. No doubt.
Loma's just on a fast track.
But Lomachenko has that standard though. You lose to Lomachenko, that it says something.
Too soon to say you lose to Lomachenko. Too soon to say you lose to Lomachenko is like losing to Mayweather. Get the fuck out of here with that. Mayweather's first ballot Hall of Famer. Lomachenko ain't nothing yet. He's just a champion in one division.
Two.
What?
Two divisions.
He's up there, yeah.
Yeah, right.
Two divisions.
Two,
yeah.
That's right. Yeah, he moved from 26 to 30.
Hey,
4 pounds. He took a shit. He stopped taking 2 shits a day.
Says the guy that picked Reagan.
No, Ness, you keep saying Jose Ramirez never fought at 135. You know, he used to fight at 130. He moved up. He moved up all the way up to 140 right now.
Bro,
so fighting going back down is
stop making me talk bad about Ramirez live on air, man. Ramirez stands no chance. It's only going to be you and everybody else waiting for water that's going to think he's going to win. And that's cool, you know, but you know he ain't winning that shit, bro. You betting with your heart. That's crazy, bro.
No, I got him. I got him winning. Hey, before I'm done, hey, I want to mention Danny Valdivia. Remember him? Remember his loss?
Yo, yeah. What about him? But he lost a long time ago, right?
He got that. Right. He lost 60 seconds.
Oh my God! You about to say, you about to say, guess what? He got that rematch. Dog, do you know that we don't even know who the fuck he lost to? You do know that, right? Like no one knows.
Vladimir.
Only
I know he lost to. I watched the fight.
Yeah,
you're the only. I can't pronounce his first name, but it's like Vlad Hernandez.
Oh! You watched the fight.
His name is Hernandez.
You can't even pronounce his name.
I watched it on. It's called Vladimir.
Yo!
Hernandez.
How about this?
He's 92.
How about tell Valdivia to fight somebody? He got like a WBC something. You know what I mean?
Got the NABF.
There you go. So fight somebody, because Vladimir, whoever he already lost to, and he's about to event. We don't even care.
10 seconds.
We don't even care. Like at 54, he could be fighting a guy like Tony Harrison, maybe Fernando Guerrero, somebody that we know. He's been fighting in Northern California all his life. We don't know Vladimir. And just because he's rematching him, we ain't gonna remember him.
He got to get that rematch to get back on track.
You're out of control.
And he's the headline.
How long ago was that fight?
And
headline on what though?
Y'all have to go check BoxRec.
Headline where?
Like doesn't mean anything.
In Lemoore, California.
What?
Hey, man, you know where Lemoore is.
Nobody cares about Lemoore, California.
Yo, how many
hold on. I've been in Lemoore, California. It's one fucking street.
There's one street going through the whole town.
Oh, yo.
One casino that has fights in it. That's it. That's Lemoore.
How many seat casino? 2,000?
Maybe. You push it.
Hey, no. Well, yeah.
Yo, come on, Alex, stop it. Tell me the truth. How many seats?
Hey. Yeah, but you were about right about 2,000, bro. That's maxed out.
Does he fill it up?
Why you killing me there? Oh yeah, it's gonna fill up. That's for sure. They're gonna do it inside. It's gonna be nice. That's
Yo,
just a
but
great
on the
atmosphere,
real
bro.
though, on the real, Valdivia's already a contender. Like he's like a prospect. Like he needs to be. Like yo, Hugo Centennial fought fucking J-Rock like 3 years ago, bro. Like your man is going mad slow, super slow. But we said that about Ramirez too, right?
Right.
That's
right.
the route.
But now Ramirez on that fast track now. You got Mike Reed. Now you got
Hey, Ramirez got a vacant strap. Come on,
Yo,
fam.
that ain't no fast track, bro. What you mean fast track? Because they seen that the belts got vacated?
By
They
a
run
real
into them? They run into the vacant title shot?
By an actual real one in Terence Crawford. Come on, man.
I get it though,
It
man.
was
Yo,
vacated by
you got to you got to separate that love, man. You loving a lot over there. You boo loving with them top ranked boys.
Hey, real quick then, let's get off the top rank then. What about that? My boy Danny's back, man.
Garcia?
Danny Garcia.
Yo, I mean,
Yeah.
damn, yo, you know that there's no bigger fan of Danny other than me than you. But how do you defend this one? It's for one, it's in Vegas.
Rio said, man, it's a tune-up. Right. It's a tune-up.
Oh, you calling it a tune-up?
Look how inactive he's been.
Rio's comeback is
Sorry, Brandon Rios. Hey, sorry, Bam Rios. Hey,
Yes.
hey, then you're gonna get back and get at Thurman, and then we're gonna see again. Remember, I had a different outcome than what it was.
I hear you, man, but this I don't know, man.
Yo, Danny's gonna get a KO on Brandon Rio.
I want to say,
you don't mind that it's in LA, bro? I mean, you don't mind that it's in Vegas? Like, you don't think it should have been in the Barclay?
For Danny, yeah, because he sells at the Barclays. But me personally, see how you said Barclays right away. Right away, I thought Rios should be at the StubHub.
Yeah,
the
but
StubHub Center over here.
But that's the thing. They're in neither location though.
Right. And that's why they had to go with the neutral.
And you don't think this is a cherry pick?
Businesses,
you don't think this is a cherry pick? You don't think that this continues with the same?
There's two reasons why I don't put it as a cherry pick. Number one, because Danny's coming off of a loss. That's number one. And anybody and that was against Thurman. That was one of the Lions in the division. And so anytime you come off a loss like that, and after you put a tough fight like that, you know what I'm saying? We always give, as boxing fans, we always give them a slack. We always give them a little bit of slack to okay, here, you fight this one, and then you can come back on a harder one. You can't keep putting fucking Danny Garcia through the gauntlet, man. I mean, just like look at his resume, all the names he's putting work in. So give him Brandon Rios, but that was one reason. But the second reason was because look how long he's been inactive. I mean, he fought Thurman what was it? Was it last year or was it the beginning of this year? It seems like forever.
Yeah, March 3rd.
I can't remember. Yeah, like March 3rd. It seems like beginning of the year. It was forever. He's been inactive. So give him Rios, and then plus you got Thurman over there with that elbow injury, and then so now he's gonna come back, fight maybe a Jesse Vargas, which is not a tune-up fight. Jesse Vargas is, man, after that last fight, we see that Jesse Vargas is right there. So that's a great matchup. And so I give Danny, I don't want to say a pass, but I give Danny that pass. But nobody gives Danny a pass, ever. And look at Saka.
Yo, nobody gives Danny a pass, or he's the fighter that's got the most passes?
No, he only got one pass. It was Saka. What else?
Yo.
You didn't give him a pass for that.
I'm probably never going to be
like... Wait. There was...
No, Lemon, you've been on for like 20 minutes, man. Wrap this call up. Come on, Lemon.
Okay, last one. Billy Joe Saunders made me a believer, man. I didn't, you know what I mean? I didn't think he was going to do what he did. He outboxed him. That made me think, okay, Saunders Triple G is a great fight. And that's what, but everybody wants to see Triple G against Canelo. But Saunders made me a believer, man. And great show. And thanks for the time.
Alex, thank you as always. Let's go out to the Fight Doctor in Chicago.
Don't even respect your ass. That's why it's time for the doctor to check your ass, nigga.
Fight doctor in the house on Rick James status as always. What the deal is, gentlemen?
Doing good. How are you, Fight Doctor? Been a long time.
What up, doctor?
It's all good. It's all good in the hood.
That's
Next, I don't know if you saw the Facebook. I tagged you in a Facebook post earlier. The Fight Doctor is 168.4 pounds. So I'm putting the super middleweight division on notice. Fight Doctor is coming at you.
I'm checking. I don't see anything. Oh wait, let me see this. Oh yes, but there's no proof.
Oh,
all it is
no
text.
Proof. The fight doctor's word is proof enough. What are you talking about? There's no proof.
Wow.
What the hell?
Yo, he tagged me on a text like, "Yo, Ness, I'm at 168."
No picture of a scale, nothing.
No scale, nothing.
No feet on the scale.
Actually, he gave some advice. He said, "All vegan diet. Tell Doomsday, get on it."
Yeah, you definitely lose some weight, and I know you're making that up too.
No, he was on an all vegan diet.
It was all about making up his weight.
Listen, I've been on the vegan diet for a minute now, and if you go and check my Ness, you and I are friends on Facebook, so if you go and check my timeline, you'll see where the weight has been gradually scrolling back. Okay, so
how many months you been at it?
I've been at it for about a good year. Okay, but serious for about a good 6-7 months. Okay,
and it's just diet. Just diet, no training, just diet, right?
Just diet, no gym. That's it. Just diet. I ain't missed no meals. Okay.
I know. Doomsday should be ashamed of himself. It's all resorts back to Doomsday. Anytime someone does good at weight loss, we have to shit.
In Ness's mind, the word weight has multiple arrows pointing at me, like, and then Matt follows up, Fight Doctor. But I know that just vegan alone, you could lose a lot of weight. It's easier for others to transition to that than.
Are donuts vegan, Doomsday?
I don't know, Matt. You could eat as many as you want, and you're still
free donuts. These are gluten free.
I would imagine that you could probably make a vegan donut, but listen, you can eat vegan and not eat healthy, okay? Because technically, McDonald's French fries, that's vegan. But if you eat that every day, you're not gonna lose weight. You're gonna get sick. Okay.
That's right. Yeah, you could be eating vegan, but if you're eating a lot too, and I know a couple of guys that they eat vegan, but then they're eating a lot. So it's like, what's the point?
Well, listen. Look, if all you're eating is raw fruits and raw vegetables, you're gonna lose weight. Okay, so on those guys, if they're eating vegan, and they're probably eating something they're not supposed to be eating that is technically vegan. Like I said, McDonald's French fries are technically vegan, but if you eat them, you're going to get sick. You're not going to lose weight if you eat them all the time. You eat it every day. Okay, so yeah, it all depends on what type of vegan diet that you have adopted. Okay, just because something is vegan, that doesn't mean it's good or you should eat it. Technically, rat shit is vegan, but if you eat it, it's not going to be good for you.
So what did you think about Monster Piece and Jose's argument about Billy Joe Saunders' performance not being something that would line him up to face somebody like Triple G and have a very good chance in winning against that fighter?
Well, I mean, listen, at the end of the day, he has a title, and he did what he was supposed to do. Now, does beating David Lemieux put him, first ballot Hall of Famer? No. Is it something exceptional? No. It's something that's been done 3 times before. So he did what he was supposed to do. So we give Billy Joe Saunders a pat on the back for doing what he was supposed to do, looking good in the process. Now, what this does mean is, yes, I think the other top guys in the division need to fight him, or he needs to fight the other top guys in the division.
Now, if they're going to sign the rematch between Alvarez and Golovkin, and I don't know where that is, but if that fight is made for May, then the other top guys in the division are Jacobs and Charlo. So I think he would need to fight one of those guys, and if he beats one of those guys, at that point he would have a mandate. And in the case of Charlo, he would have a mandate, and he would have an official mandate to fight the winner of Alvarez Golovkin. But if he goes and fights David Lemieux type of opponent, or someone even below that, and let's be honest here, David Lemieux C+ fighter at best, then no, he does not. I don't think he has a mandate to fight, the Golovkin Alvarez winner. But now if he beats Danny Jacobs, I think he does. If he beats Jamal Charlo, then I think he does. And I think, listen, if we're going to take Billy Joe Sanders seriously, at this point, he needs to fight one of those guys.
This has been an extra minute show. Everybody's gotten
No, Nestor. We're not giving everyone extra time. Nope. We're gonna move on because I disagree with some of the points he made, and we all know the points he made. So we. I'm
just saying that he already had extra time. That was the second time he got the 3-minute bell.
Yeah.
Joshua New Orleans, what up? Joshua New Orleans, what up?
Joshua.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello? We hear you. What up?
I'm driving, that's why I was. You can put me in that list with Monster Peace and Jose, and our guest fight doctor as well too. Billy Joe Sanders did exactly what he's supposed to do against a guy who already still showed that he struggled with a guy that can box off the back foot. So I wasn't as impressed. I am in agreement that he does need to fight Danny Jacobs or Charlo, or even the as you said, Ness, the Demetrius that hasn't did anything Andrade in his next bout. To just get a little more recognition than he already has. Because even though Billy Joe Sanders has had that belt, he's been up and down with it. I mean, one time it seemed like he was coming out the closet to fight legitimate fighters. And I think that was Jose that made a point that he was ducking Triple G at one point when Triple G was calling him out hot and heavy, and he didn't want no pulse of it. So he looked good against like a C-average fighter in David Lemieux only had a puncher's chance. So I didn't really get all excited about that. Terence Crawford promotion. I don't mind how Terence Crawford is, and I'm gonna say Errol Spence as well. I had to play with me and Errol quite a few times. I like the dude personality. Being promoted comes from what Top Rank, what Bob Arum and Top Rank does for Terence Crawford. Because his personality can be promoted. It's just about putting the money into him and selling him as a brand, which he doesn't do. We all know what Bob Arum's priority is, and we know that I believe he has a bias for certain skin complexion. That's why it's easier to promote a person of another skin complexion. Terence Crawford, if he want to become a bigger fighter, I honestly like him stepping out of Top Rank and probably signing up with TMT at this time. I think that'll do some good things for his career. Him and Floyd Mayweather together, I think that'll put him where he needs to be at with that personality, and we just put a lot of voice in his corner to promote him like he should be promoted. His fighting and what he's done at 140 and what he has done speaks for itself. Last but not least, Gennady Garcia, he's back at his normal activities, fighting and cherry picking again. I don't give him a pass on his fight. I think he should be trying to come after Errol Spence or Sean Porter to put himself back and prove that he's still a top 147-pounder. He didn't take no injuries. All he did was take his first loss. Another one of the topic y'all spoke about with Mayweather for speaking up, saying Lomachenko needs to move up. I think Floyd do have the right to say Lomachenko move up. He did it, and he had done it so many times. Lomachenko has moved up from 126, 130. 135 should be his next weight class.
Sure. Well, thank you for calling in, my friend. We got Mr.
Just like the king is what I mean. The king is what I mean. My man, get a cup and put some change inside your hand. Take it down. Now hold up. Let's make this official. Everybody that's agreed with it.
I mean, he didn't press 1 though.
Oh shit. All right.
I mean, we could just play it though.
Yo, first of all, let me say, I don't pay Showtime to see you all there, not even putting a goddamn motherfucking effort. If I want to see two motherfuckers just fight, I pick up a fight with somebody in the street. Don't need that shit. You don't love that form I do? Just move along. Gone. Fuck you. Next. What a great show. Thumbs up, donate. Yo! Fucking Billy Ho making motherfucking haters into fans, bro. Hit me with that crow, B. Hit me with that crow.
Crow, you pick Lemieux?
Yeah.
Yeah, my nigga. Don't say nothing. Yo, hit me with another crow. That's for Loma Rigondao, bro. I'll be harvesting those shits. Anyways, bro, listen, man. Billy Ho, this is the problem. Billy Ho team won the Canelo fight with the money. That's why they be saying that be holding that fucking belt holster for a second. That's why in the eyes of a lot of U.S. fans, he didn't represent that much. And we thought William would fuck him up. So, I mean, I talk my shit about him, but I gotta recognize the dude got skill. He kind of big though for 160. Lemieux look kind of small next to him, and Lemieux hardly can make weight. So Billy is for sure, man. That nigga for sure, and that's why you be hating on Boo Boo.
I'm not hating on him. I'm not hating on him. I just don't think that Billy Joe needs to fight Boo Boo Andrade before he fights Triple G or Canelo.
Man, but he fought Monroe. Why? I mean, come on, man. You say if Boo Boo need a name, and Canelo ain't happening, and Triple G is like too much of a big threat to get the Canelo fight, so get Boo Boo in between.
Why should we give Andrade
you know Andrade's moving up. You're asking a champion to fight a guy in a lower that's moving up just because, like, you got it doesn't make sense.
0 top 10 wins. Andrade has 0 top 10 wins, and he gets a title shot.
Yeah, not gonna work like that, George.
What's up with fucking how many wins fucking that fucking Monroe had?
Monroe arguably beat some people.
Crickets, my nigga, crickets.
Wait a minute. No. Crickets to them.
No?
Wait a minute. Crickets to them. Monroe at least had momentum. Remember when he got the title shot with Triple G.
How many losses Boo Boo got? One more momentum than that.
Yeah, how many inconsistencies he got? Monroe was at least fighting on TV consistently.
A win is a win. Listen,
nah, hell no. Hell no. Andre, when the last time Andre been on TV?
He was just on TV.
Don't matter, dog. It's all about that O. We will not be talking about no fucking Keith Thurman if he didn't get no fucking O.
Yo, my man, you're on the wrong channel, weirdo. You're on the wrong channel. How is it all about the O when Daniel Jacobs got 2 losses and people banging the drum for him to fight Billy Joe Saunders? And we're talking about Nonito Donaire. We're talking about Donaire and Carl Frampton. They got losses. We're talking about Rios and Garcia. They got losses. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about Lomachenko. He got losses. Get out of here with that fucking anybody care about the O. Your casual ass care about the O.
Ask Mayweather. Go to Mayweather with that bullshit. See what the
Doggy, Mayweather's retired. Get off his nuts.
That O takes people to another level regardless. Even you don't want to admit it or not. That O means a lot.
Nah, that O means a lot to people like you glorifying it.
How you think Roma is not recognized pound for pound? Because he got that loss to sell.
Yo, you sound like a weirdo, bro. You sound like a weirdo. The rest of the world got him pound for pound #1 with a loss. You see what I'm saying? You're super casual, bro. You're super casual that yells. That's all you do. Beat it. Actually, I want to mess with you some more.
You say it 20,000 times. Anyways, I got to be out here. I got my crow already.
Yeah, you are Crow. You need a fucking a whole annual supply of that shit, B. Talking loco. Ali Al, what up?
Yo, what's good? What's good?
What's up, brother?
Not much, man. Here, driving home, enjoying what was supposed to be my Rigo victory cigar. That shit ain't happening. So I'm having it now. Just wanted to chime in on the whole Billy Joe. I think you guys are making it more the win bigger than what it really is. I mean, you know, he looked good, but dude's old already, man. He's old. He's been in wars. I don't know, man. I don't know. I would like to see maybe Billy Joe on the undercard though of Canelo Triple G with maybe somebody like Charlo or Andrade.
Yo, but how is it that Lemieux been in wars when he was coming up for arguably his best win in Stevens?
Wait, were you saying or Lemieux?
no, Lemieux's old. Okay. He's old. He's been in wars. He looked a little chubbier than normal. I don't know, man.
Everybody kept saying
like himself. Now, yeah,
you know, with him being in the back room.
Yeah, good.
There you go.
So I don't know, man. I mean that's how I saw it. I just didn't see the Lemieux of old. Now, yeah, maybe that could have been, you know, Saunders' skills and he did that to him, this and that. But we all know fighters get old overnight sometimes, and I think that's what happened with Lemieux. Now, like I said, I would like to see, you know, Triple G's next opponent or Canelo's next opponent on the undercard. I do want that.
Well, let's see if we get that.
But
I don't know, man. I don't know if they're going to put him on undercard because of the money.
Yeah, that's true too. But it's gonna do over $1 million, you know. So I mean, the first fight was pretty good. I had a lot tighter than a lot of people, but yeah, I just wanted to wish y'all happy holidays and all the best in 2018. I know it's gonna be an even bigger year for TBV. And if y'all do Border Wars in DR, I want to offer up my house to do the barbecue afterwards. Just let me know.
All right. Well, we won't be doing Border Wars in DR, but we will be going to DR in May. So hopefully you could take some time off and we're out there. It's going to be quite a few of us. So hopefully we can get that going. Marlon in Brooklyn. Holla.
Hey, what's up, Ness? I was gonna say that I think Saunders should fight someone like Rosado or Martin Murray, or someone with a name that's beatable. I think Charlo and Jacobs is too dangerous. And even if he were to beat them, why would he put himself in a war before a big money fight like that?
Good point.
That was my argument.
Makes a lot of sense too.
Well, all right, Marlon.
And also,
okay.
If he takes one L, he wouldn't even get the loser of Triple G and Canelo. So it would just all those wins before would go for nothing. He would lose that payday.
Agreed.
Yeah, it's like Ness was mentioning in the last show that you know, that belt he has is that ticket. You know what I mean? That leverage.
Last piece of the puzzle, man. I can't believe people want him to do anything other than make money.
He can always get the Jacob fight after. He can always get Charlo after, but Triple G Canelo is not always going to be on the table for him.
Exactly.
But yep, that's all I got for you.
All right, brother. Thank you for calling in. We got a bunch of Skypers. We got to go back out to the Skype machine. We got Scorsese.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I don't know why people be talking about.
Speak up, sir.
Yo, you can hear me?
Sound low.
I know why too. No, I don't know why. Can you hear me?
We can hear you, but you sound very far away.
Very far away.
Very close, man. Yeah, like Demetrius Andre. Why y'all be talking about that man for, man? He don't fight. What y'all doing? For what? He gonna let you down. He's gonna poop on all your dreams. I used to be a fan like you. He's like that Sprite that you order, and you know they normally taste good, but you get it and it's flat. That's how you gonna feel about it, and it's on your cheat day too, so you can't drink one tomorrow. He's gonna let you down. Don't talk about Billy Joe Saunders' shortcomings or something. No, leave Demetrius Andrade out of boxing until he wants to get in boxing. You know, Demetrius Andrade got his navel pierced and his nose pierced, then his tongue pierced, then his what's that shit? What's that septum shit? What's that thing on the ear, that loop? He got that too. He ain't worried about you. He does that shit. He's weird. He don't want to fight for you. So just leave him out of it. Billy Joe don't need him. Who did Danny Jacobs need when Danny Jacobs was a challenger? Who did he need? Not a damn soul. He wasn't giving up that fake ass belt he was toting. He was toting that shit like, you know, the Chicago rappers get them fake Gucci belts when they coming up. That's how Danny Jacobs was rocking this shit. Gucci everything. So don't nobody give him a shot either. It's called get in position. Go fight somebody mandatory, take their position. Then you might get a chance to whoop somebody's ass. Until then, you don't deserve nothing. You ain't paying for it. You don't deserve it. If they don't see fit to take that money from you, you don't deserve it. That's how I feel about it. What else they been talking about? Crawford, Jeff Horn, man. If Crawford got to run from Jeff Horn, then he ain't whooping no Errol Spence. That's all I know. If he got to go backwards from Jeff Horn all night, if he got to hold all night, be negative and shit like he be doing sometimes, Errol Spence gonna whoop the dog shit out of him. He ain't gonna have to change promoters or none of that. He gonna sit over there fine and understand he on the other side of the fence away from the big dog, and I don't blame him. Danny Garcia, man, let me take up for Danny Garcia. I watched the interview with Errol Spence, with Ness stepson, Sean Porter, and Sean Porter was on there talking about some damn, I'm gonna wait for Keith Thurman. I don't care if it take a year. We're not taking any more fights. What y'all talking about Sean Porter for? Danny Garcia can't fight that bum that don't want to wait. He want to wait. That's his words. What Danny Garcia got to do with it? He get to come back, take him a little easy fight, or Brandon Rios.
Stop it. You know that's not how it went down. You know that.
That's how it went down.
No, it ain't. No, it ain't. No, it ain't. WBC mandated an eliminator, and Danny didn't want it.
But yeah, I told you. I told you
that's your time. That's your time.
Oh, I don't
Well,
get
you heard the bell. You heard the bell.
I don't get an extra minute.
Oh my God. You heard Matt. He said nobody could get extra minutes. He got shit to do. You talking.
Yeah, like you said, WBC eliminator. He waiting on that WBA shot or something. He was waiting. He said, no matter what, I'm gonna wait.
Man, ain't nobody waiting, man. Come on. You asking for extra time. You asking for extra time to make shit up. You know damn well he even called. You called in here. Listen, you called in here one time clowning on Sean Porter for calling out Danny with the cowboy hat.
I like Sean Porter.
No, but you called him out. You played him out for that. You played him out for that. So how you gonna take his word then, but not now? I mean, that don't make no sense. Come on, man.
I'm just taking his word. He said he gonna wait because he took the rough.
You picking and choosing to take what word you want.
When he expected to get beat up, he got beat up.
All right, Scorsese, we got some more people. You got it. We going to Idris. Talk to me.
Hey, listen, man. Let me tell you something. I want to talk about Andrade, man. Andre, did you lot watch that match with Jack Kolke in Germany?
Yes.
Jack Kolke guy was like 5'2". I don't even know his real height. He's probably 5'6", legitly. He gave him all sorts of problems, yeah? What has he even done in the fucking junior middleweight? Like, what has he done super welterweight? Nothing. How is this guy automatically... You guys just feed into this HBO propaganda. Not you guys, but people. I don't know, like if Seldon got a proper fight and he won last Saturday, some of these callers were talking about a title shot, stick him in there with Mikey Garcia. You lot need to start using your brains, man, and realize shit. Another thing, Billy Joe Saunders, I'll give every caller, name 2 fighters that are champions with better resumes than this guy. You know what I'm trying to say? This is the reincarnation of Tyson Fury. Yeah, Klitschko was Golovkin in this situation. Yeah, he makes people feel like he's an idiot, but really and truly, he's got a plan and he's about to topple the middleweight division. Yeah, the only guy I think that actually even a threat to him is Charlo. I reckon Charlo's that. Charlo's not worried about no one. He's got a WBC position. He's laughing because everyone, really and truly, they're trying to get to that Golovkin-Canelo fight. Him and Billy Joe Saunders are the best position. And the rest of these guys are scrambling, man. That's the position, man. You need Golovkin before he retires. Canelo's never going to fight Billy Joe Saunders. That ain't going to happen. Eric Gomez made a statement the next day. That's not a coincidence, saying practically, in translation, this guy's too much for us. That's my word, man. Which other fighter's got a better resume? Champion. Fighter. Just name 3 fighters. Champions or anything. Even fighters.
Well, all right, Idris, let me get out to Joel.
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 Yes.
Where are you calling in from?
I'm calling from Wales.
Wales.
UK.
Talk to us, brother.
Yes, it's just a bit off topic. I don't know what you really spoke about. I come in like late to the show, really. I just wanted to know what you made of. I watched the interview earlier. Well, not an interview, the press conference of British Beef, Eddie Hearn show with Lawrence Okoli versus that Isaac Chamberlain, I think his name is.
Yes.
But I wanted to know what you made of in the press conference. Apparently, Anthony Joshua is promoting the show too, and I just wanted to know what you guys made of that, because he manages Lawrence Okoli and he manages Joshua Buatsi as well, which I didn't know till I seen this press conference earlier, and I just wanted to know what you guys made of that, and just thought, you know, when I was watching it, it was just strange just to see him up there, like promoting, you know, obviously he got his fights coming up and stuff, and it just seems strange. It just seems maybe he might be moving away from like Matchroom soon or doing his own thing, AJ Promotions, and I just wanted to know what you guys made of that.
The long history of ace of guys star power or that draws creating their own promotional companies. Evander Holyfield, Floyd Mayweather, Oscar De La Hoya, etc., etc. I even assume Canelo at one point is going to make his own promotional company or manager. It's just to be expected when you're that level of a star.
Okay, but do you see him staying with Matchroom, staying on Sky Sports, maybe moving away, doing his own thing?
I think that he could stay because it doesn't necessarily mean anything, right? Like most of these promotional companies are like shells for tax write-off, you know what I mean? A way to write off more money and keep more of your money, because now you got all these fees attached to being a promoter, and you can write off $10,000 for a ring and another, you know, $15,000 in ring card girls and
Don King playbook.
You know what I'm saying? It doesn't necessarily mean you're gonna go do your own thing. It just means,
like, look at Miguel Cotto. Like, look at Cotto Promotions. Like, that was always in conjunction with a bigger promotional company. You know, Miguel Cotto will sign with other promoters, even though he had Cotto Promotions.
That's happened like in the past. Sorry to interrupt you. That's happened in the past, but I've never really known like boxers who's like in the prime of their career, like managing other boxers. Is that like a common thing? What happens? I know maybe like boxers
Cotto
when they're older, you know, looking like
Cotto,
like,
Pacquiao,
you know, retirement.
Nah, Cotto, Pacquiao done it all the time. Let me get to our last caller of the night. Robert Ortiz, what up?
Again.
Rob Ortiz from Escape.
Robert Ortiz, going
Sorry,
once.
I had myself muted because you know, it's the Skype and I didn't want to be rude. So yeah, sorry, I had the girls screaming earlier. We got to it on screaming. It gets hectic in here. But anyways, I just want to say, Monster Piece. You know, I've dealt with chemical problems all my life. I've been around it. You know, it's just part of the gig. But yeah, I mean, maybe we should have an intervention with her, man. She's starting to get gnarly. She says she don't do it a lot, but every time she calls in, she's talking about it, and she sounds crazy. Except this time, she's actually making a lot of sense. Her and the fight doctor. I mean, let me ask you guys something. Who would you want to see Billy Joe Saunders fight? I mean, if we got Triple G's the man at middleweight, and Canelo tied him, so now it's 1A, 1B. So who is 3 and 4? Is that Billy Joe Saunders?
He has that Gary O'Sullivan.
He's got to be number 3. He's got to be number 3.
Who's number 4?
Jacobs.
Okay, so we should watch them fight, right?
No, because Jacobs got his shot. So why should Billy, in order to get his, go through the guy that lost to the guy Billy wants to fight? It makes no sense.
You just made it make sense. I asked you who was number 3 and 4, and you said those two. If those are the
Yeah, and number 4. Listen,
hold on. Let me add this.
Got a shot before number 3.
And very quickly, do you think Terence Crawford needs to beat a Sean Porter or Danny Garcia to warrant a Keith Thurman fight?
I mean, yeah. I thought Danny Garcia and Keith Thurman was a great fight. It was very close. I'd like to see it again, to be honest. I thought
that's a matter of opinion.
That Keith Thurman won that fight, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. Thurman hasn't done anything at welterweight. You could fast track him. One good win will get you right there in the running, but yeah, he's got to prove himself. And I don't know. Everything below 1A, 1B is a little bit kind of suspicious. I find that Lemieux.
What is that?
I mean, the Lemieux win for Saunders was a good win, and the other British fighter, Eubank, that was a good win.
What about Andy Lee?
I don't know that he has it. Andy Lee got knocked out by Chavez Jr. I mean, years ago. Like it's.
But didn't Andy Lee also arguably beat Jacobs' best win as well before Jacobs beat him?
Yeah, but I found Daniel Jacobs. You know, the Coolin win at the time, and the style, the fashion that he won was great. The fashion that the guys that beat Lemieux was much better than the fashion that of what Billy Joe Saunders just did. I mean, personally, when it comes to boxing, you either want to see, great competition, right? You want to see the best in the world, or you just want to see a good fight, which is why I'm happy to see Brandon Rios again. You're always going to get good action. Billy Joe Saunders, to me, in that David Lemieux fight, I scored at 0 for David Lemieux and -12 for Billy Joe Saunders. One guy who fucking couldn't, and one guy who wouldn't, and it was just like, I don't really care to see that guy. So if you're gonna warrant me investing my time as now a casual fan, I want to see you in against the best thing, because you're not interesting to watch. You're not fun. So I might as well see you fight someone good. And to me,
so this last.
Oh, David Lemieux is good. Andy Lee is good. Chris Eubank Jr. is good. So let's not say, hey, you should fight someone good now. He's fought people that are good.
Great.
Secondly, the argument about him at -12 rounds is your opinion, man.
Yo, it's hilarious. These guys, they're looking for a way to protect their fighters. Now he's saying they're good wins. They're not great wins. But why does he need a great win?
Want him to fight the best, then that is the winner of Triple G Canelo.
What? Okay, so where's Triple G's great win? Where is Triple G's great win?
Triple G just beat everyone.
Where's his great win? You're setting the standard. You're setting the standard of great win for fucking Saunders. Where's Triple G's great win? Where's Canelo's great win? Where's Daniel Jacobs' great win?
Canelo has no great win.
Come on, bro.
The man of the division, which
Bro,
is better
stop,
than what anyone
man.
else.
Your argument is weak, bro.
Your argument is based off a loss.
Yeah, yo. And anyway, that was your 3 minutes.
Give me a moment.
No, dog, we got to go, man. I'm sorry, brother.
This was round 2 for you, Duck Star. Don't worry about it.
Better get yourself a boomerang starter. You already got 2 calls because we're friends. What the fuck? Where's my guns at? Then you're going to come back with a second call full of bullshit. Anyway, final thoughts. A lot of weirdos in this world when it comes to boxing. Everybody, all of a sudden, Daniel Jacobs is the test. Lose Triple G, become the test.
Monster started that train. Everybody jumped on it.
Lose to Pirog, become the test.
Yeah, you know. Go down multiple times in your career. You're the test to let us know if you're great. Saunders, you can't fight Triple G because you ain't got a great win. Those are all good wins, Matt, that you mentioned about Saunders' career. They're all good wins, but he said they're not great.
And that's maybe true, but you can also say the same thing about a lot of these guys.
But that is the same thing about Jacobs. Where's his great win? Where's Canelo's great win? Where's Triple G's great win?
Absolutely agree.
It's fucking bullshit logic for bullshit fans. They want to protect their bullshit fighter, bro. It's fucking bullshit. All it is. That's my final thoughts. NES, GTO. Enjoy the holidays.
Are we back for Christmas? Are we going to do a Christmas show for all the commuters?
No, probably not. It's Christmas. You know what I mean? Doesn't little Jacob want to open the gifts?
Yeah, but that's the morning.
He doesn't want to do little snow angels.
Snow angels in Long Beach, California. That's not existent.
Snow angels in the sand. He could do snow angels in the sand.
Sand angels.
Yeah, the sand gets everywhere. Secondly, like we could do a show. Just saying, it's later in the day. Christmas is usually in the morning, or
maybe
or Spanish or Latin. You do it Christmas Eve.
We're gonna gain maybe like 25 new Patreons, but it's Christmas. You know, it's like reindeers and hot chocolate.
But we are coming back with that Saturday on demand show. So even for you commuters that want that Sunday show, you're going to get an on demand show on Saturday. So don't worry about that.
Criteria, based on criteria in judging a fight. That's going to be.
That's not that one. That's not that one. No.
Oh, you guys got another one?
Yes. I just received the outline for it. Should we mention it?
Yeah, of course. Well, Larry's mentioned it several times. So why the secrecy?
Who said anything about a secret?
We
dun, dun, dun.
Should we mention it? Like, yeah, of course.
I'm saying, should we mention it since we're leaving, Matt? Get your mind out of this weird place you have.
Even if you don't know what it is, tune in 1 p.m. Eastern time to your favorite boxing channel show, BoxingVoice.com.
Boom! Shout out to somebody just bought another shirt. Head on over to the BoxingVoice.com/store and get yourself some TBV gear, man. Make sure you're looking sharp at these fights. Make sure the world knows that you listen to the Boxing Voice Radio.
I'm pretty sure we have some Christmas specials. So go to the Boxing Voice on IG. The Alex Lemon always posts like the updates on store sales. I think we may have like a 15% off. Don't quote me on that, but we may have 15% off sale with the promo code. So go check that out on the IG. And remember, ANMCreditRepair.com. If you want to get your life right, if you've been through some
right,
and if you want to get into the 700s, go to ANMCreditRepair.com and use the promo code ThaBoxingVoice. You need to use the promo code ThaBoxingVoice.
You
have to.
That money.
It's 100% guaranteed or your money back.
Back.
Yeah, that's always the best. If you're not 100% satisfied, guaranteed, then just take the money back. It's no big deal.
Take it back. All right, so we got the Boxing Voice 2017 Performance of the Year. That is what this is about.
Performance of the year, or not fighter of the year? Performance of the year. Wow, there's a lot of great fights in 2017.
Yes. Larry, who is the on-demand purchaser of this show, is going to count down his top 10 performances of the year, giving a brief highlight of why he thinks each is top 10 worthy. So you should do the same thing and have your top 10 ready in the comment section. Matt, you give yours, or your thoughts at least, and critiques or any rebuttals you may have, and then we'll open it up to the callers. And yeah, that's how it's pretty much gonna go. You know, each caller is gonna get about 90 seconds, maybe, depending on the time. He did purchase a pretty big show, so we will be here for some time. And once again, it's Boxing 2017's Performance of the Year. Yeah, I gave my Instagram and all that stuff, so you guys might want to be out.
You 100% cut into my final thoughts and outro, Ness. So thank you.
Word.
Totally cut in rudely. It's okay. It happens.
Oh, it was totally doing what you asked me to do.
You had time to show up, Ness. It's okay. The people knew. I told the people it's okay.
But it was better to tell me what it was about.
Remember, Standing 8 Count episode 3.
Oh, that's why you wanted to shut me up to talk about your
Numero tres.
Numero tres comes out tomorrow. The time is not exact, but it will come out tomorrow. A special, little cameo from Robbie the Beaver Hearns, one of our UK correspondents and one of our.
I love that, man.
We're gonna break down the best prospects of the US and UK this year, and also the entire Japanese New Year's Eve double day card shenanigan.
I listened to episode 2, Matt.
Oh, you did? You liked it?
It was all right.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Thanks for gassing me up there, Ness. You're so great. And that's a Patreon-only show. Go to patreon.com/ThaBoxingVoice. Check that out. Episode 3 comes out tomorrow. Episode 1 and 2 has already been out. And there's a little teaser that is for free on our YouTube if you want to check that out and sort of get a feel for it before you become a Patreon member. I am Matt the Hipster Hunter. You can find me at Mixed Combat News on Twitter, Matt Hunter TBV on Instagram, my MMA podcast, Mixed Combat Radios on Patreon, SoundCloud, YouTube, iTunes, etc. Peace. Happy holidays.
And I'm Alex Doomsday Lainez, Lainez, and we talked about a whole bunch of stuff today, man. A lot of stuff we covered, but we cleared the air. Mayweather is in no talks with a deal with the UFC for $1 billion contract. So for everybody that was getting excited and getting all roused up for a soon to be announced fight, now the champ says he ain't coming out yet. And besides that, hey, Canelo and Triple G had a chance. They had that win. If it would have never been a tie, would have been their great win. All these guys need a great win. So looking forward to 2018 boxing schedule and that rematch in Cinco de Mayo. And happy holidays to everyone, man. Party, stay safe, drink safely, and God bless.
Yeah, so I just want to say all I want for Christmas, guys, is to wake up December 25th and have 63,000 subscribers. So
70,000, and that Keith Thurman interview drops.
3-hour droppity drop. Peace.